Hey, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to My Taste in Music Sucks, the podcast where myself, Keith Miller, and my buddy Christopher Icon sit down and talk about music that you may have missed, might have flown a little bit under the radar, or something even brand new. Hey, hey, found these. All right,
Yeah.
feeling better. Maybe even something brand new that we think independently released that we think you might want to keep an ear out for. Um,
And it definitely doesn't suck.
it doesn't suck. The title is sarcastic, man.
Yep.
You know? Just a little self-deprecation and humor. Um,
Yeah. Can't make fun of us if we say it out the gate.
that's right. And man, so I want to say right off the bat before we even get into this, the album that we're doing this week is Dead Generation by Sloth. It's way different than anything else we've done. Sloth was a band that was signed to Hollywood Records, which is Disney's record label. They
Hmm.
had two singles pushed pretty heavy to active rock radio in 2003. They toured with Fuel. They toured with Revis. They had a big sound, but here's the thing: they got dropped almost immediately. Their streaming numbers now are trash. They have no online presence. So this still qualify. I mean, they had a song. It hit like number 160 or something like that on the Billboard 200. So I mean, they had a moment. But there's about 300 bands called Sloth, and I don't think anybody really remembers these guys. So
I've
I
never
feel,
heard of them.
yeah, yeah. So they still qualify despite the pedigree, I think. So
So you chose them for a reason, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we were just talking about. I don't even remember what happened last time. We were talking about the band. They've been on my mind a lot lately for some reason. Like they've popped up on a couple of my playlists and stuff.
Hmm.
And I do think that they had a lot of potential to to be bigger than they were,
Yes.
especially if you think back at like 2003 and 4 and
Hmm.
what was on the radio. I mean, they have a very radio friendly sound for that era,
Yes.
but they also
Yes.
do really different cool stuff that makes it not sound like Shinedown, not sound like Saliva, but in that
I don't remember
ballpark.
exactly where, but in one of the notes I wrote down that I really think this band kind of sits uh, right between grunge, what we would
Mhm.
think of as the grunge sound,
Yeah,
and not necessarily new metal,
right.
but when new metal was coming out, there were like NU rock,
Yeah, yeah.
and these guys kind of, maybe it's would you call it post-hardcore,
Sure, sure, sure.
but
Yeah,
they sit right on this. I would have expected this album to come out like in 2000. They sit right on the edge for me
yeah.
of those two uh, musical genres, and they do kind of bring it together in a really interesting way.
Yeah, 2000 was a little late for this album.
Hmm.
To really strike, and that might be, I mean, 2003, I'm sorry, was a little late for this album to really strike, and that might be why. If it had come out between like 1998 and
Hmm.
2001, I think they would have had a way better chance.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I agree.
because the record that they were touring with Fuel on was I can't think of what it's called, man, but it's the one that has Falls on Me as a single, and it's got two like skeleton hands touching fingers.
Yeah, I
And
don't
that was
remember
yeah, well, that was the last album that they did with their original singer. So they were getting ready to um
have their own problems.
yeah, and well, just that whole era of music too. It was coming closing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think by 2003 Saliva had put out their second album, and then their third one was kind of people weren't paying as much attention to it.
Was
And
'03 kind of like the height of Corn, like the Follow the Leader and the animated video, and
hmm,
because
I don't
I
know. It's a
feel
good
like
question.
when Corn hit their peak,
It's funny because to me, Corn's Peak is like Adidas and Nowhere to Run. Like those were I felt like that was, and that's like either that's Life is Peachy, I think, you know. But but yeah, I guess follow the leader. They did get bigger. Uh, I don't know though, man. It's we're out of macaroni, bud. I'm sorry. Sorry. Spaghetti? I can make you some spaghetti later, possibly. But dude, I'm trying to do this podcast. Okay. Grab some turkey, dude.
Eat some sloth.
Just eat some turkey, man. That's what we got for now.
Pretend it's sloth.
Yeah, pretended sloth. Eat the turkey, pretended sloth.
That's all
um,
I had.
yeah. No, you're
There's a
good.
lot going on with this
Yeah,
album.
yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff um, that I actually ran into where I was having a hard time explaining exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that'd be kind
yeah.
of fun once we get into it a little bit more.
Sure. I mean, it seems like one of the elements that the last few, I mean, even if you look at like Shun and 7 Degrees from
Center,
Center and Sergeant Thunderhoof, like there's progressive elements, and I feel like Sloth also has some progressive elements with their time signature changes and stuff that I didn't pick up on when I was into the album, 20 years ago.
right?
Um, like I remember listening to it and thinking, well, this sounds like Soundgarden, but more chaotic. Like if you had taken Soundgarden's old stuff and produced it better, I was like, this is what it sounds like. But really, I mean, that's not really true. That's just that was my frame of reference back then, I guess.
To me,
Um,
it encapsulates this general feeling of like 16, especially for young boys or young
yeah,
men, from like
sure.
16 to, I don't know, let's say 25, right? And that's what the grunge sound kind of leaned into. Oh, I don't understand. I'm angsty, I'm lonely, I don't
Right.
fit in. It kind
Yeah.
of for coming out in '03 and not uh 95, 96 when grunge really took its, I don't know, spot on the music hierarchy of things.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of it's a surprising album. I kept
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, that's not what I expected."
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of nervous energy on the album that you pick up, which is definitely
Hmm.
a young thing. Like young people are antsy and they got shit to do, but they don't know what it is. You know, so
Yeah.
so yeah. I
It
mean, if you want
reminded
to,
me for just of like, and I don't know if it was because I was remembering those days and that age for me, but
yeah,
it had a very like what you would think music is in an ADHD brain that
mhm,
loves grunge music.
yeah, yeah, definitely. That makes sense, man.
Oh, does it? Okay. I was
Yeah,
worried that
no,
that doesn't
totally.
make a
I
whole lot of
totally,
sense.
yeah, because I mean, well, once we get into my notes, I mean, you'll hear like what the different things that I thought about the various tracks. But one of the things is how many different textures they play with and all the different
Hmm.
dynamics in every song. Um, which I think is also kind of what differentiates them from the other stuff that was on the radio. There wasn't a lot of texture changes in a Shinedown song,
Right.
and maybe that hurt them. Maybe in the long run that hurt them. Um, there's literally two songs on here that kind of fit a radio format.
Uh-huh.
One that really fits it well, and they were the two singles.
Makes sense.
So um, it's
I
it,
looked
oh, good.
I was just gonna say I looked some things up about the band to get
Yeah.
into later, but it's not much. I couldn't
No.
find.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And there's a a psychedelic stoner doom metal band called Sloth now that I
Mhm.
guess is kind of popular. So if you look up Sloth and don't look up Sloth Dead Generation or Sloth Hollywood Records, you're not gonna find this band.
Right. So I guess that leads us right into the
Yeah,
first song.
go for it.
Um, Even before I push play, the
Yeah.
song is called All We Know. It just
Yeah.
kind of struck me as like, well, that's an interesting first title track because
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these guys. I was like,
Right.
oh, clever little synchronicity, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm listening to the first track, and in my notes, it says I'm very undecided.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm not, I don't know if I'm undecided if I like it, where it's fitting, where it's going. I just wrote
Right.
down I'm very undecided about this first track.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing wrong with it. I like the guitars, the crunch. You can hear the different elements of what we were saying. Some progressive, some progressive, some of that power chord, just kind of 90s
Yeah.
chunky guitar, helmet,
Right.
grunge influences.
Yeah. What do you think about how the album started? Because I have never heard an album start like that. Like the song just jumps in. There's no intro. There's no like slow vocal. It's just like boom, immediately the song.
Yeah, I
It, it's a little jarring, right? Like,
yeah, that's a good way to put it,
yeah,
especially if I was already I didn't know what to expect. And
right,
like you said, it's just here we go.
yeah,
Let's, and they don't do it again. Well, sort of.
right,
They
right.
don't
Only the
really,
first song.
yeah,
It's just a weird place to put it. You know, it's just a
maybe that
weird.
was the point, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the vocals are immediate. Like you don't get any easing in. You don't get any. It's just there. You know.
Right.
Um, and it kind of sets the stage for them playing around with different dynamics because
Hmm.
there's a lot of soft and loud. There's a lot of distorted and clean and different vocal tricks and stuff already. Like right off the bat, you're like, okay, this is
Yep.
going to be interesting at the very least.
It definitely hit markers. We'll
Yeah,
word it like that. Like I heard a bit of this and I was like, okay. And maybe that's what the undecided was because I would hear a little bit of, oh gosh, something like, well, I hear some Radiohead later on. I
sure,
hear
sure,
some Toadies,
yeah,
some musical kind of the Doors element.
hmm,
So maybe
yeah,
that's the first song was just, okay, now wait a minute. I didn't expect this. This is not what I thought it would be, but that's not a bad thing either. It just
I,
maybe it takes me longer. I don't remember how long the first song was, but it takes a
yeah,
little bit longer than that to figure out what this band is doing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's funny. I didn't put this anywhere in my notes, but I noticed a Rage Against the Machine influence that I never really noticed before,
Oh, I
especially in
didn't
the
hear
when
that.
the songs bounce. Not every, but not every song. But when they get into the in the like when the bass and stuff starts doing
Yeah.
stuff like that, I never noticed it before. And then I was like, there's some Rage Against the Machine going on here, and in some of the guitar textures, he does really weird stuff with his guitar.
Yeah,
That
I
I feel
noted
like,
that actually on the next song.
yeah, feel like it has to be influenced by Tom Morello, like that weird pick scratching stuff that he does and whatnot. Like, yeah, no one else really does that. So
See, I didn't I guess we'll get into it in the next
yeah,
song, but the
yeah.
next
What we
song is
got?
called Myself. And to play on to your point, I didn't get that Rage Against the Machine vibe influence feeling at all. For
Okay.
me, it was that thing Korn was doing with
Sure.
weird little chimes almost
Yes,
in the
they do chimey
background.
guitars in here. Yeah, yeah,
To me, that was more the influence where you were maybe hearing Rage Against the Machine. For
sure.
me, it was
I'm
more just
yeah.
ambient kind of.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, I wrote ambient down in some of the other tracks. They definitely do some atmospheric stuff, but
Yeah, yeah,
same branches on the same tree. Rage Against the Machine and different branches on the same tree.
yeah, pretty
Rage
much.
Against the
Yeah.
Machine and Corn, it's um but yeah, I thought the guitar and the vocals on this both sounded a little bit more ragged than the first
Mhm.
track. Um and they played around with like a start stop, like
Yeah.
it was like there'd be like a really heavy part that would just boop, just cut to like something softer and back
Right.
and forth like that, which I thought was really neat. And like you said, I didn't really know how to describe it, but there are a lot of different guitar sounds in this album, in this song. Just this one
Without,
song. So much, chimey guitars and crunchy guitars and just a lot of different guitar sounds going on.
but what I noticed, even remarked on later in the album, is there's no like big drawn out kind of guitar sounds. Like even Alice in
Yeah,
Chains will do things where it's the notes are drawn out a little bit more,
yeah,
more
not this
quote
band.
unquote solo work.
Yeah, there's no guitar solos on this for sure.
No,
Like I don't think there's a single one. It's all
no,
very crunchy. The weird thing is like it's almost like there's guitar solos going on in the song because it makes so many different detours, you know? Like they don't stop for a showcase, but there's so many weird things
right.
happening. It's an interesting
Juxtaposition.
yeah,
It kind
and
of,
an interesting way to put songs together,
that's
you
a
know?
good way to put it. To me, it kind of, especially early on, it changes as the album progresses. But
Right,
at
right.
first, I was like, you know what? If they would stop just dipping their toe in the
Yeah,
cleaner pop and lean into it,
yeah.
or stop dipping your toe in the crunchy grunge and lean into it. In
Right,
one of the
right, right.
songs I wrote down, and I don't mean it as a knock to this band at all,
Yeah.
but you know what? I'll bring it up when we get to that song because it'll make, oh, it's one of my end notes, so we'll might
Okay.
as well go into it.
Yeah, sure.
And this is just the third song, but
Right.
as the album progresses, second song, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
kept getting this feeling that there's a hint at a truly mind-blowing kind of sound here.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
would have messed with tone and sound and volume like 7 Degrees from Center did,
Yeah.
uh, like I said, if they'd have just turned up the elements they hit instead of, I don't know, it's hard
Dancing
to
around them.
explain because
Yeah.
it's nothing they did. It's just like there's to me there's something in this record that you could change up. And if you
Yeah.
changed it up, it would really accentuate the different styles. I don't
Yeah.
know, it's real hard to mention because you don't, or to articulate, 'cause you don't want to tell anybody how to make their music. It was
Right,
just
sure,
like,
sure.
it was almost right there. It made me want to hear what they went on to do, but I didn't
Right.
find
Which
anything.
I don't think they went on to do anything, dude. I think this was it. They've got some albums after this, like they broke up and did
Hmm.
stuff. But yeah, I don't think as far as the band Sloth, I don't think they did much else. Um, but the next song, Someday, was the hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, dude, like it's a complete 360, well, 180 from the first two songs. The
Yep.
vocals are clean. There's a
Yep.
big hook.
Yep.
Um,
Again, not what I expected at all.
yeah, yeah. It starts off with like a Middle Eastern guitar, which is funny because Casey, we'd been kind of listening to it together, and he was just kind of sitting there. And then this song came on, and he goes, "Oh, this song's cool." And that's
Yeah.
it was the single. It was the hit. So, the vocals are clear. It has more of a classic rock structure of like verse, chorus, verse.
Yep.
Um it
That's what I
blend,
thought too.
yeah, yeah. They took the ideas that the band was having and crystallized them,
Yep.
and made a great song. Like Someday is a great song.
Right. It's just a
Um it's
it's a
immediate.
radio song. It's an
Oh, it's
accessible,
100% a radio song. Yeah.
yeah, relatable.
Yep.
It's
right
just
down
where,
to the right down to the I don't believe in nothing. Like that's
yep.
freaking you get a whole crowd to do that.
Yeah.
It's so like yeah. Yeah. Um I love the song though. It's the only song on the album that I remember, and maybe that's because
Mm.
the radio in Milwaukee played it so much. Um, but I can do the melody for Someday. I couldn't do the melody for any of these other tunes.
Oh,
Uh,
right. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a strong, strong song. Maybe if they had made more songs like this, but maybe that's not what they wanted to do. Maybe they didn't want to make a bunch of super concise. Uh,
Right.
but man, this song, I feel like you could play this song for your girlfriend, and she'd be like, "Oh, right on." It's a song that could appeal to
Pretty much everyone.
pretty
Yeah.
much everybody. Yeah, yeah, it's a very universal song, man.
That's kind of
So,
what I wrote down is it's just like an open song. It's appealing. It doesn't have anything that anybody would go, "Oh, that's a little too," or that's it's just a I could at this point I could think of tons of bands like this.
yeah,
Maybe not this exact sound, but that were just kind of out there floating on rock radio. And that might
yeah,
have been what hurt Sloth.
yeah,
Because at that point, it becomes whose record label is bigger, because that's what they're going to hear on the radio. And if you've already
yeah.
got, I don't know, Dishwalla or something like that, who
Yeah.
are kind of sound similar.
Right, right, sure. Or
And
who is Hollywood Records going to push? There's
right.
that side of it too.
And maybe they just didn't know what to do with this band, just the way
Yeah,
they blend their styles around. If you're just one of those, I can't imagine Hollywood Records for Disney is ran by um, somebody cool that gets the
right,
scene and
sure.
is a music vibe. It's got to be a numbers guy, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I mean,
And
my
that's not
thing.
a
Oh, go
knock
ahead,
at the
bro.
band at all.
Yeah, I mean, and my thing is too. I mean, looking at the album, this is the song. Like, what do you follow this up with? You know what I mean? I know Dead Generation, which is the next track,
Yeah, the title
was
track.
yeah, was a single. I don't know if it was the first single or the second single though. So I don't know if it came out before or after Someday. And I mean, that's a really good song too. Putting them
I don't
back
think
to
it's, I
oh,
mean,
go
it's
ahead.
still a good song, but
Yeah,
I still feel like it hasn't quite it's not quite there yet. It just sounds like, I mean, it's a good song and it's put
yeah,
together well and it's played well and all that. But like I was trying to get at earlier, it's almost like they are working too hard and it's
sure.
just missing that, whatever that internal thing is that really grabs you.
Yeah,
It seems to be missing that just
right.
on these two singles.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
And
felt like Dead Generation kind of had like a cool rhythm,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought and a big doomy riff. It sounded
Hmm.
sort of evil,
Yep.
and it was talking
Yeah.
about corporations and stuff like that. So I mean, I thought it all tied together. It's definitely not as experimental as a lot of the other tracks, so that's probably why it was a single.
Right.
Um, like I said, if you listen to the album, you can hear what the two singles are. It's these two songs. Like
Yeah.
everything else is a little too weird. Has a little bit too much divergence in it to put on the radio. Um,
Especially at that time.
yeah, 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 for sure, man. Um,
They keep doing, and again, fourth song in, it
yeah.
still starts in a way I didn't expect.
Mhm.
And I've heard three other songs by these guys by now, so I start to think, all right, I kind of know what, and it
Yeah,
just starts in a way that's like, okay, didn't expect that. Show
yep,
me where you're going, guys.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that is the thing. Like, even with as commercially structured as Someday is, there's still some surprises in there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, there's lyrical surprises that seem almost, okay, that's where he was probably going to go, but at the same time, it's clever. Like how the "I don't believe in nothing" chant changes to "I won't believe in nothing" or "I want to believe in something," and then "someday." That's the end.
Right,
That's an interesting way to end it. It makes it a little more hopeful than
right, yeah.
than it was through the whole song. And then he's like, maybe someday. I will believe in something. And that's,
Right.
I thought that was a cool way to end it.
Yeah, I agree. And
Yeah.
that's where the kind of for me the grunge connection comes in with the lyrics.
Mhm.
He's not it's not super clever wordplay, if that makes
Sure.
sense. You're not going to
Sure.
look at it and go, "Oh, that can mean two or three different things."
Right.
It's
Right.
very straightforward. I feel like this.
Yeah.
And to me, that was a very grunge thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were
Unless it was Chris Cornell.
well, yes and no. And that's not really a fair yet comparison with this band because
Yeah.
whereas I feel like as a singer and a vocalist, this guy is telling you how he feels.
Yeah. Sure.
Chris Cornell was trying to make you feel the way he felt.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
think
two different deliveries for me.
for sure.
It's two
Yeah.
different approaches. It's
Yeah.
two different.
I just meant as far as like lyrically, Chris Cornell was very metaphorical.
Mhm.
He did not write a lot of straightforward lyrics. Like,
Oh no,
yeah, everything was like I
tongue
always
in
say, my
cheek,
favorite, my favorite line, by Chris Cornell is, "I was tightrope walking in 2-ton shoes,"
right?
which is the most clever way to say I was being careful and hesitant. You know what I mean? Ever. It's just like, man, he
I
wrote,
think my
yeah.
favorite Chris Cornell line is probably from "Reach Down," the first song off
Oh,
of
sure.
the um,
Temple of Dog.
Temple of
Yeah.
the Dog album.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a whole bit where he says, "I had an angel shine my wings, nothing but
Yeah.
the best for the
That's for the
golden boy."
golden
He was
boy.
singing broken words in a broken voice. It's just in one sentence lyrics, he's saying, "I'm the chosen, the golden," but then he's also
Yeah.
saying, "But
Well, I mean, that
broken
song's,
words, broken voice."
yeah. I mean, that song's about Andy Wood.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you know the story and if you know his girlfriend, I mean, Temple of the Dog is probably the closest thing that Chris Cornell has ever come to very literate lyrics. Because he was
yeah,
mostly writing songs about his dead friend. There's a couple
right.
songs that aren't, but for the most part, every song on there is a story about Andy. So,
Pretty much, yeah.
and Reach Down, I mean, Reach Down is pretty straightforward lyrically. So it's
Yeah, for
basically like,
Cornell.
yeah, it's basically, Andy was a drug addict, you know what I mean? And he met this girl and she picked him up and she helped him, get better, but she wasn't necessarily good for him either. But they were so
Right.
in love, you know what I mean? Like apparently they fought all the time, like they never
Yeah.
stopped fighting. I but they loved each other so much.
Well, it's
And
all over Apple.
yeah,
The only Mother Love Bone album.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, tying it back to Sloth.
Thoughts, yeah, let's
They're not from Seattle.
no, they're from LA.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep. They're from
that
LA, born and raised.
yeah, but this is definitely a Seattle sound,
Sure,
but
sure.
through another lens. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, and from like a 10-year distance too.
Yeah.
So this is like, I mean, this is the Seattle sound looking back on 91, 92, 93, and
Yeah.
making it something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there was a lot of bands like this. It almost looked, as far as the picture that was being used to promote, just like this.
yeah,
40 degrees below summer, although they're a little heavier.
right.
Um, gosh, it feels like there was all kinds of bands coming out with the dreaded up
Yeah,
white
yeah,
boy
sure.
singer and the kind of.
Hmm.
So I see how these guys unfortunately might have got pushed aside or lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny about Sloth? So I saw them live, and I was
Hmm.
literally, I mean, it was at a club, so I was like, right in front of the stage. I didn't know until I started researching this band for the podcast that Richard Love, their singer, was white. I thought he was a light skinned black dude.
Oh,
Yeah. And now that he's shaved his dreadlocks off and
right.
he's older, I mean, he just looks like a middle aged white guy. So it's just funny that I always thought he was black, dude. It's weird. Um,
Maybe he's of a mixed race. I
I
don't know.
really don't think he is. He looks like Andy Dorr. I don't know if you know who Andy Dorr is, but
Not by name.
he's a Canadian comedian. You should watch some of his shit, dude. He's
I
hilarious.
do. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
just said comedian. I've heard of him. I'm not
Okay.
super
Yeah.
familiar, but
He's so funny, dude. Um.
so bringing it back, which
Yeah.
we both I get bad about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, there's some not weird in a bad way. There's some interesting stuff going on the fifth song. It's called "Open Your Eyes,"
Yeah.
and at the beginning, there's this like, you know how India and like Bollywood almost have this certain sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that a little bit in the guitar work, almost like
Okay.
I don't even know what you would call that. Maybe like an ethnic sound that
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
associate with India
Sure.
and it really stood out to me when they did it at the beginning of the song. I was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?"
Right. Right.
And then it
So
goes into, just mixing up the style, some guitar crunch,
yeah.
and then it brings back at about 2:30 into the song, it brings back that I don't even know what to call it. I'm
Right.
sure it's insulting to say India sound.
I mean, I guess there is a Bollywood sound though.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's that chimey, like ding, 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 like guitar.
Yeah,
It's actually a genre. Like you can label music as Bollywood music. It's a whole genre. So I mean, I guess maybe they were
right.
borrowing from Bollywood music. It's interesting
They
though.
were definitely doing some neat stuff that
Yeah.
for the time,
So
especially the mixing of these genres or whatever styles they're playing
yeah,
shouldn't go together.
right, right. But they figure out a way to make it happen.
Right. You
So
got
the weird,
anything? Go
yeah,
ahead.
it's weird that you picked up on like the guitar and like I guess the Middle Eastern Bollywood influences because I heard the drums and the way the song is
Mm.
constantly pushing forward, and it reminded me of a march.
Oh yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
felt
I
like
can
it
see
was
that.
just constantly going forward and steady and forward and steady, and that's what I heard when I was listening to it. I was like, this sounds like an army, like marching, like pushing forward, like, and that's what I got out of the song. So it's kind of cool that we heard two different things, you know?
Right. Well, we talk about that in music all the time. It's all perspective, right?
Yeah, no,
Maybe I could revisit this song or this album a different time in my life and it would be a little more different. But
yeah,
with the stresses going on with my job and how that plays into your mental state, it was interesting for me to hear some of these more sad boy lyrics.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we'll get into that a little bit more because it's not a knock on the band. It's just the way music has that effect on us.
yeah, for sure. And I see it's funny because I feel like we've done a lot of really personal albums, like people talking about their lives and the things that are affecting them. And then we've done stuff like Sergeant Thunderhoof, which obviously is just pure fantasy.
Yeah,
Um,
Brother Meat was fun.
yeah, Brother Meat's. I mean, there is some personal stuff in Brother Meat, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of fun too, you know. Um, but there's literally a song about Jason's girlfriend on that album. So, um, but
It's
I think,
interesting the contrast too, if you want to
yeah,
talk about some of the other groups we've talked about.
yeah,
There were some Jen Christie songs that should have been really, really sad, right? Like some of
yeah, yeah.
and we'll get to it's the seventh song on here. There's that song like hit me in weird different ways. But
Mhm.
the difference is you're just kind of like sitting with it with the song. you're just, all right, well, this is how he feels at the moment. I remember how he feels. You're just, okay, he feels this. Whereas I thought, especially with Jen Christie and some that 7 Degrees from Center did it, Shun did it for sure.
Yeah.
Even when they touched on a sad subject,
Hmm.
they still managed to pull it out of you like in a release. I
Right.
didn't I didn't really get that with this band. They're just like,
Yeah.
this is the feeling of the song. Deal with it.
Yeah. I feel like this band, what I was getting at is more about like presenting you with ideas. And I feel like a
Okay.
lot of the ideas aren't even necessarily personal. And I mean, obviously, there's some political stuff on here, and I mean,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is relationship stuff,
Yep.
and some of, I guess, what you could call like self help type talk.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's kind of like Rollins in a way, like except Rollins is super motivational, but Rollins is just like he presents you with ideas. He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
necessarily tell you how to feel about it. He's just like, this is the situation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a
Handle
good
it.
way to,
You know,
yeah, handle it.
handle it. So
This, well, we're still talking about, did you have anything else about Open Your Eyes? Or,
no, no, that's really all
okay.
I wrote.
So on You Can't Look Away, this
Yeah.
was the one that really made me think, like, there's this age, and at least it was for me. A lot of people I
Mhm.
talk to, it's kind of the same for them, this 16 to 25, where you're just confused, right?
Yeah, sure.
You don't know
Yeah.
why you feel the way you feel. You don't know even necessarily what to do about it. You haven't found your place yet. This song was really, really put that message out there. It was like, just at least for me, how I felt between those ages. You're just like,
Sure.
I don't know
Sure.
what's going on, and I'm kind of upset, kind of sad about it. It was really like time
Mhm.
encapsulating. Like, oh, okay, this nostalgia, I guess, is the first best way to put it. The sixth song, which is called You Can't Look Away, really
Yeah.
made me think of that time in my life where you're just a young man and you're confused and you don't even know why you're feeling the way you do, like I said, or how to express it. It just perfectly encapsulated. I probably would have been obsessed with at least this song
Right.
at that age. Because
Right.
I'd have been
Sure.
like, I feel that way too, man.
Yes. Um, so one of the weird things about me, oh God, I hate using this kind of language, but
Only
let's
one
do
of
it.
them?
What's that?
Is it only one weird
Only
thing?
one. Yeah. Yeah. Only one of the weird things about me. Um, I've done a lot of character work and like uh, tried to figure out what the hell is wrong with me,
Right, yeah.
Um, because of the trauma that I experienced and the age that I experienced it at and how I had to respond to it,
Hmm.
I'm 12. Like, I respond to things like an adolescent.
Right.
Um, it sucks. I don't know if there's any way to really fix it, but it's how I am. Uh, and so songs like
Medicine, maybe.
this still hit me. You know what I mean? They still hit me like I'm 20. Uh,
Right.
because there's something emotionally in me that just can't get out of that headspace. Um,
I understand that completely.
yeah. So
And headspace is important to music.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Like, if we really, and we're going to end up talking about headspace because I got a whole thing about it because of
yeah,
this. But if I had known this album and known what I was dealing with,
right.
I probably wouldn't have suggested it
Oh yeah, sure,
because,
sure.
and it's fine. I'm an adult now, and the way I
Yeah,
view and enjoy music is way different. But I could see if you took much younger me, definitely before the ADHD medication and understanding how that affects my life,
sure.
I, how to word this? I might have dwelled on this album.
Mm, man,
And unlike the way I dwelled or attached to Shun, like I was saying, it's not the band's fault at all. They're
Right.
just telling you the way it is, but there's
Right.
no release. There's no
Yeah, there's really
feeling of
not.
it's
They don't do
gonna
that.
be okay. It's just
Yeah.
you feel this way, I feel this way, music
Yeah.
about it.
It's nihilistic, or nihilistic, however you say it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very nihilistic. Very like I mean it's called Dead Generation for fuck's sake. It's very
Right,
the song is very like, the world sucks. It's not our fault, but this is what it is, you know?
right. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's a good way to put it, actually.
yeah. It's funny because I never thought of this album like that, but it really is, you
Hmm.
know? And maybe that's part of the reason why it didn't get, didn't get bigger. Um, for
Maybe.
my notes on track six, like I have a tendency, as everyone knows by now, to focus more on the sound of the songs than the
Yep,
emotions.
yep.
So yeah, I mean, I just wrote that it had a very cool atmospheric opening.
Hmm.
I think it was the first song on the album that you could really hear like them playing with like some ambience and some like real serious like uh creating of a soundscape. Um,
Yes,
and then even when it got heavy, there was still chimey guitars going on and still little quiet noises that you could hear. And I thought that
right.
was super interesting. I thought that they did that was really a really cool trick that they did with this song.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the songs that brought up or played in that idea for me, and I can't exactly explain it. Maybe it's just because I'm a big music lover.
Yeah,
It's like, man, if you just tweaked these little things,
right.
like maybe the tone you choose vocally or even the pattern of your words and mess with making your volume go loud, quiet.
Sure.
There's something here. Like it's almost like this album isn't mastered right. And that might be a creative arrogance thing to
Yeah,
think that I could do something like that. But
yeah,
it's because they hit so many different, not different, but they hit these few different styles or genres.
yeah,
And like I was saying earlier, I feel like they're just dipping their toe in it. Here's a couple lines, couple notes, a couple bars of, let's say, grunge.
yeah.
And that's why I think, no, lean into it. Bring down the whole sound of your
Right.
drums, slow it down, hit them a little bit harder. It almost felt, especially at this point, it gets that last half of the album gets kind of interesting. It
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
felt like they were so concentrated on getting this recorded that there's a magic missing. There's a piece missing. And
yeah,
I don't that's what I've been having a hard time explaining because I don't want to put the band down or it's just like a few more tweaks and this would have resonated with me on a way I
like a
can't
different level.
explain.
Yeah. Dude, one of the things that's funny is the guy who produced the album, right? His name is Bob Moretti, I believe
Hmm.
is how you say it. And he produced like all of Saliva's albums. He produced the Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne reunion album. He produced a bunch of freaking Shinedown's albums, like
Okay.
like their first few, like their first three albums. He
Right.
produced like Seether. He produced some Skinnerd, and then he also did some like Wilson Phillips and some like vocal pop stuff.
Okay.
Um, so it's interesting. I mean, I think this album has a super professional sound to it.
Very, very.
Um, but it's
Almost too
interesting.
professional.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair. Yeah. But I think it's interesting that he didn't focus them a little more. You know, because you would think with that history,
Right.
that he would have focused the band a little more, tried to keep things a little tighter.
Or
But
just I don't know about tighter, more
well, I mean by
expressive.
tighter, I mean sound wise. I don't
Hmm.
mean like the band hits all their shit. That's not what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
like play grunge songs. That's what I mean. Like you can sprinkle a couple things in here or there, but find a sound. you know.
Right. Plus, a
Um,
lot of the styles or genres, however, they're dipping into, there is a corner or at least a subset of those genres that have a deep feel to them. And
yeah,
maybe that's just what I'm thinking is where's the where's the feel to Soundgarden? Where's
yeah, yeah.
the but we're also, or at least me, it's not fair to compare grunge bands, grunge sounding bands, Seattle sounding bands to those original uh, pioneers.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So I don't know how you feel about Seven Mary Three. I fucking love Seven Mary Three.
Really, like not just love, fucking love.
Dude, they are top 10. One of my
Wow.
favorite bands ever.
Wow.
Um,
Maybe I just not heard the right stuff.
but see, here's the thing. They got labeled as like a Southern Pearl Jam. Like that's what they got called. Like they're Pearl Jam knockoff who happen to be from Florida, stealing from grunge, yada yada yada.
Nah, I didn't feel that at all.
See, I never did either. I think they've totally got their own lane, man. Um, and I think that so what makes Seven Mary Three so good to me
Hmm.
is sure maybe they base it on grunge, but they used that as the bed, and then they added southern rock to it, and then they added some psychedelic stuff to it, and then they added like really cool lyrics about being on the road and working and serial killers and like just uh all kinds of stuff that grunge wasn't necessarily messing with.
Hmm.
And I don't know, dude, I saw them live and they were incredible. Like, and I met Jason after the show, and he was such a cool dude. So there's
Yeah.
that part of it too, you know. But even
Yeah.
without that, I love Seven Mary Three, especially the first three albums. Dude, I think that those albums are hard to touch. Uh,
I'm really only familiar with, of course, Cumbersome, which I like.
right, right, sure,
Um,
sure,
Mean Mr. Mustard, which I kind of like.
right, right.
Um,
Yeah.
what's the other singles?
Over Your Shoulder. 'Cause that's the
Maybe.
first three albums. Sooner or
Yeah.
later yeah. That's the main singles off the first three albums. So.
Everything else that I think about them is complete take it or leave it. And most of it's leave it. But I've never given them the fair. I heard Cumbersome on the radio,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, that's okay, but I'm not interested in buying the album.
Okay.
So I didn't buy the album. And
Right.
then I don't remember what that second single was, but I
Water's
hated
Edge.
it.
Water's
No,
Edge? You hate
Water's
Water's
Edge is
Edge?
okay.
Holy crap.
Maybe it's after I liked Water's Edge. That had a
Okay.
harder thing to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's after that once they started.
So yeah, the second single was Water's Edge, and then they put out their second album, and then that would be uh Lucky, which mean Mr. Mustard.
Right.
Um I don't remember if there was another single off that album. But then the
Something they did something somewhere that worse than turned me off on them. At least if you hate a band, that's a reaction. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It
yeah,
just,
yeah. Interesting. Well, the
yeah, just
fourth album, the lead single was this song called Punch In, Punch Out,
mhm,
which isn't a fantastic song. But I mean, it's not a terrible song,
right.
you know? Um,
It's all taste and subjective.
yeah, I don't know, but
How do you
but
tie them in with?
with
Do they have
Sloth,
a same feel for you as
well, I just
Sloth?
feel like, if Sloth had chosen a bed, you know,
Hmm.
like there's no denying, even later on when they were doing more adult stuff, Seven Mary Three
Oh yeah,
is rooted in grunge. They just are. Like that's the sound that they
they have
obviously
this.
heard and built on.
They have this
Um,
underlying thing with me that they also kind of share with Nickelback, or at least early Nickelback, where
okay,
it's I don't know how to say this without being insulting, but I think people are gonna get it.
go for
It's
it.
just cover bar band music to me.
I like bar bands.
Yeah, I
You
I don't
know?
mind a good bar band, but
Yeah,
I'm not
Hmm.
saying a good original bar band. I'm
Yeah. Okay.
saying one of those they play only covers type bar bands.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And that's not
Yeah.
really fair to them at all. But for
Right.
some reason, I've lumped them into that category
Yeah. It's funny because I love Breathe. I think that's a fantastic song.
by
Um, by
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Yeah. Yeah. The first two songs that I heard by Nickelback were Leader of Men and Breathe.
Yeah,
It was
I like Leader of Men.
before they, yeah, Leader of Men. I thought it was Metallica the first time I heard it because Metallica was doing softer songs at the time. And I was like, oh, this is a cool new Metallica song. And it was not Metallica. Um, and I get, Nickelback kind of became whatever they are now, but
Almost that U2 effect. It's like
yeah.
it feels a little pretentious.
Yeah. And it's also like some of their, I feel like they lean more into the dumb side of their lyrics now.
Hmm.
Whereas before, I mean, even How You Remind Me, there's some cleverness to that song,
Right.
But I feel like now it's all just like sexual innuendo and freaking big rock songs. And that's the shit that I hated about bands like Poison and Motley Crue.
Yep. Yep.
So,
All right. So as we get back into
yeah,
the Sloth album, the seventh song is the one that just got weird for me.
yeah,
It's called Even Though It's Over, and it has nothing to do with what the band is doing and
right,
everything to do with what's going on in my life. I
right,
was
sure.
really having a hard time wrapping my head around this song
Okay.
because it's just, I could see how if you really obsessed about a song, which I
Yeah,
do, everybody does, this wouldn't be a good song if you're in a bad mental state because it's like
right.
it really focuses on that sad boy energy.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
just, with everything that was going on, which made it powerful, made me feel the song a little bit more because of the stress going on. And
Right.
that's what got me thinking about how, all right, I can maybe see just a little bit how some of these misguided kids or youth, whatever, will listen to, I don't know, Judas Priest or let's go more extreme with the weird black metal and why they like to actually go out and burn churches.
Right, right.
Because if
That
you're
brings me to the
already
next
of that
song.
age where you're confused and you don't know what's going on,
Yeah,
and then you sit with something and it just reinforces these thought patterns.
right, 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 right.
And I thought that was really, really powerful. And
Well,
it
I mean,
really, the song for some reason really made me think of that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. Have you ever heard the song Diane by Joy Division? And it was
I don't
later
know.
covered by Therapy. I don't know if you know Therapy, but
Yeah, with question mark.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Therapy covered it on, I think, their fourth album after they weren't really famous anymore. But
Right,
um, so it's a song about a serial killer,
right,
and it's told from the perspective of the serial killer, and he just kills the girl. There's no retribution. There's no anger. It's a quiet, disturbing song about killing a girl.
right.
It is hard to listen to, dude. Really hard to listen to.
Even though you know it's
It's a story.
real.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a story. But it's just like, man. And the fact that they sing it first person,
yeah.
holy crap, dude. It's a hard song to listen to.
I didn't find that on this album, even though
Yeah.
I made the joke about sad boy music.
Right.
It still wasn't hard to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, this song makes me too sad. It's just like, oh, I
Right.
can get how hearing this song at this current time is almost like the perfect storm.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
a phenomenon we've been talking about, and I end up having to look up, so I got more about it as we go on.
Yeah.
The song was
Um,
good. I liked all the structures. Again, it managed to start out in a way I was like, oh, okay,
right. Again, yeah, yeah,
not what I expected. A
yeah.
lot of texture use. The drums were so subtle
Hmm.
that, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to word it, sometimes when you hear a band, you pick out maybe who the standout member is for some reason,
Yeah,
right?
sure, sure.
This band didn't do that at all for me. I didn't feel like the guitar player was the best
Yeah,
musician
yeah,
of the group or the most important. Even the vocalist, who is usually your front man, the most important,
right.
even he wasn't front. It was more like a collective at all times.
Yeah, except on Someday.
Yeah, well,
If you listen to Someday and you thought that was what the band sounded like, you would be shocked.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, I feel like Richard is kind of the MVP of the band. Just because his voice is so unique and the way that he can like hit like big soaring notes and then also get kind of guttural. I think
You
that's
thought his
cool.
voice was unique?
Um, I mean, he obviously draws on some influences, but I think, huh, yeah, I mean,
I
I did.
heard
Yeah, I mean,
I heard a bunch of different.
yeah, but I mean, the way that he combines them all, I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
funny that you're like, no, I find his voice unique, and
Yeah,
I'm the
I
one
thought his
that's
voice
like,
was unique, dude. I
yeah, but
mean,
I
I
heard
hear him
this.
trying to sound like Chris Cornell, not trying, but borrowing from Chris Cornell, borrowing from Eddie Vedder.
Right. He
Um,
just sounds a lot like the guy from the Toadies to me, especially
oh,
off
sure,
their
I can
first
hear that. I
album.
guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the Toadies are more of a streamlined
Yeah, dude.
related to this band.
The
Like,
Toadies are a monster, dude.
oh yeah.
Like if you put in Rubberneck and you're not like, holy shit. I don't know if you get music. Like, they're just man. Yeah.
Someone who isn't me
Mhm.
stole that album from Walmart.
Really?
Someone
Well,
who isn't me.
who isn't you?
Yes.
Well,
Someone
hopefully you
who
got
isn't me.
hopefully you got to listen to it.
I definitely got to listen to it. Yes.
All right, awesome. Awesome.
Yes. I don't know why that's
That's funny.
relevant because
I
it's kind
worked
of
with someone. Oh, go ahead.
it's just kind of shitty. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry, I did that. Or
yeah.
somebody who isn't me did that.
Somebody who isn't you did that. Oh,
Right.
leg tangled up. I'm back. Um, yeah, I mean, I never thought about him sounding like the guy from the Toadies, but I guess I can hear it now. At the time, I mean, I had listened to the Toadies in 1993 or four, so it wasn't really, I was
Oh
like,
yeah, that's when Rubberneck came out.
yeah, yeah. I thought he sounded like this. I thought he sounded like Chris Cornell. I thought he sounded a little bit like the guy from Shinedown. I thought that he sounded a little bit like Eddie Vedder. Um,
I didn't
but
get
yeah,
any of those voices. I
the
got
Toadies
guys
didn't
like
even hit me, dude.
um,
That's interesting.
the Toadies, a little bit of Radiohead. That's
Hmm.
Tom York is his name, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Tom York. Yeah.
A little bit of this lump, which is unfortunate for him, of bands like Boy Hits Car, and actually, I think that was all out about this time. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Boy
There
Hits
was
Car
this.
was a little sooner. Boy Hits Car is good.
I haven't heard them in a long time.
Yeah, I still listen to that album sometimes, man. Like Man Without Skin. Holy crap! Just like, dude, such a good song. Um, I don't know. I also think the guy from Boy Hits Car has a really unique voice. I don't think anybody sings like that dude. I
Might
think
have checked that
he's.
out just to check it out.
I think he sounds like he's about to have an anxiety attack the whole entire time he's singing. Nobody sounds like that.
That
You
might be the
know?
point.
Yeah. It's just oh, he's so. I love that album, but it's got so much nervous, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if David Byrne sang for a new metal band. Um,
Hmm.
that's what Boy Hits Car sounds like to me.
Man,
David
I don't
Byrne
know.
always sounded very nervous. I don't know if you listen to Talking Heads at all, but
Oh, dude, the Talking Heads live video,
yeah.
whatever concert,
Oh, I
was
think
it
we
Stop
talked about
Making
this.
Sense?
Yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah.
Absolute top, one of the
Yeah,
top
yeah.
live concerts. Yeah, I
Since
love.
though how he has that jittery, like, always nervous, maybe had a little too much coffee
Sounds like a nerd.
delivery. What's that?
He sounds like a nerd. The
Yeah,
stereotype of a nerd
yeah.
with the broken glasses, the pocket protector.
Yeah. Man,
Speaking
I
of
love Talking Heads.
sounds, this next song, which is
Yeah.
the eighth one on the album,
Oh, I
Broken
wanted to talk
Crutch.
about Seven. I never even actually talked about the song.
Oh, the Sad Boy song? Yes,
Yeah, yeah, the
please.
Sad Boy song. I talked about a bunch of other shit, but never actually talked about the song. Um, so one of the cool things that I thought of that I liked about this song was that it was kind of slower overall than a lot of the other songs on the album, but it still sounded heavy.
Hmm.
I thought that the guitars had a really nice crunch to them, and that it had a cool bass line.
Hmm.
I honestly think that there was some funk in this song,
I think I could see
especially
that.
with the false finish. That's such a James Brown thing. You know what I mean? You play
Hmm.
stop,
Yes.
and you think the song's over,
Hmm.
starts back up. So I was like, so now, I mean, maybe they weren't listening to Sex Machine, but maybe they were. you know, um, I thought, especially the way the bass line kind of rides. I just there was that was the kind of stuff that I picked up on this. It's not funky in the way that the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Brother Meat is funky, but I think
Right.
they kept there was an idea in there, as far as structure, that kind
Yes.
of mimicked funk a little bit.
And that's kind of what I've been getting at. They should have leaned into the funk sound. Bring your
Yeah,
bass up.
yeah,
I don't know. I assume the guy can play slap. I don't know,
right,
but
right.
mess with your tones a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, even someday going back to that song, if you listen to the rhythm of it, it has a little bit of a funk
Hmm.
rhythm to it. Dead Generation definitely does.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if they had tried to put that in a little bit more, leaned into the Rage Against the Machine influence, which you didn't hear at all.
No.
I mean, maybe they would have had a more cohesive sound and it's funny because like a band like Seven Degrees from Center
Hmm.
played with a lot of different sounds and a lot of different ideas, but there was a cohesiveness to the whole thing.
Right.
Whereas I think Sloth is missing that, you know,
I don't think
unfortunately.
it's a cohesiveness. I think it's just that it feels like they just, all right, guys, play grunge riffs. All
Right.
right, I'm gonna sing some grunge words. Even
Drug
though it takes
words.
talent and skill, where
Yeah.
is that like where's the life? Where's
Sure.
the it's got to be live, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, live they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, live they were freaking. Oh my god, they were so in your face and
They probably it just doesn't translate very well, maybe.
yeah, maybe. I mean, they were noisier live, and it just felt
Mhm.
like they were just you know, grr.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, and they had to play a tight, like 25-30 minute set too because of a three-band bill.
Right. And picking your best songs, that's
Yeah, yeah,
also a skill.
yeah.
All right. So again, Broken Crutch. Man, this
Ooh,
song is so different than everything else on the
yeah,
album.
yeah.
It's
There's a
got
sermon in the
this,
middle of this song. It's very interesting.
yeah, it reminded me of this of the Doors, The End.
Okay,
And there's a couple other examples that bands were doing this. Like, how well do you know Candlebox's first album,
I love it. Yeah, yeah,
Mother's Dream?
sure, great song. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's got that weird kind of vibe, like a not quite a dream, but more like a bad dream.
yeah, sure.
And
Yeah.
then, Blood Simple do it on
Hmm.
one of their albums, but to me that sounds like the Blood Simple song sounds like a
Yeah.
direct take. I don't want to say rip off, take of The End. So, yeah, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But I don't really like The End either
Yeah. You said that
because of Jim
before.
Morrison.
Yeah, you said that before.
Musically, it's a neat vibe. It's
Right. Right.
like a dream, but not like a pleasant, more like a anxiety ridden, not quite a nightmare. I
Yeah.
really liked it. I thought this song is definitely, if not my favorite, stand out. This
Yeah.
whole song, the way it's structured, the vibe, the feel, really stood out to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think well, first of all, this is the anti-religion song on the album.
Yep.
The broken cut is Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Just, which every band that was in this genre seems like has an anti-organized religion song.
Right.
Um, but I mean, I was trying to listen to it and like I feel like they were doing some neat wordplay in it, but I couldn't quite catch it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think they were saying Christ, and then other times they were saying a word that sounded like Christ. I can't remember it now. I should have written it down.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
caught that too, because I'd be
yeah,
like, what did he say there? Oh,
yeah, it was neat. They were swapping the words a little bit, I think, and that was cool. I'm gonna, like I said, I've listened to this album a bunch, but I haven't listened to it in forever. Um,
right.
but yeah, I mean, I have a lot of. I thought that it was really, really good musically, and I like the return of the clear vocals. I
Mhm.
like being able to hear the singer, even if he was purposely mixing his words up on me a little bit. Um, I think that they should have done that more because I really do think that his voice is the standout element of this band. And a
It's
lot of
good.
times it's buried in the mix. I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
if they had brought it out to the front more, it would have helped the album. Um, let's see what else did I put here. Oh yeah, he did this neat sliding pick. I've seen people do it live, so I know that's what he did. It sounds so cool though. Like when you slide the
Yeah.
pick on the strings, it sounds so neat, man. And I don't know enough about tuning, but the guitar strings sound very loose on the song. So
Mm.
I mean, he's got to be tuned down to at least D, if not further. Um,
Somebody else did that recently.
yeah,
Who
like
I mentioned,
the
it must have
loose
been Seven
guitar
Degrees of
strings.
Center did that
Maybe,
a little bit slower, like a
yeah,
drag across it. But I know what you're talking about. It's a really
yeah,
neat sound.
it is cool. Yeah, yeah, I love that. Um, and this is the one that has the Led Zeppelin breakdown. There's like it sounds like communication breakdown, or Dazed and Confused, like in the middle of it. Dazed and Confused, I think. He does this breakdown where he's like, no. He's
Oh,
like,
vocally.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and also it's really atmospheric. Like it's very, you know, it sounds like it sounds like something that would have been in a Led Zeppelin song. And I was just like, wow, I
Right.
didn't expect that. That came from nowhere, you know? Um, and then there's also, like I said, there's a sermon in the middle where he's like, basically sounds like he's rapping and preaching, sort of. This song is all
Yeah.
over the place, but it's really cool. Um, this is one of the songs where they have a bunch of diverse elements, but it sounds cohesive anyway.
Yes.
Like they whatever the ideas were in this song, they put them together right this time. So
That's what I felt too. Like I said, I really liked the structure, the tone, the sound of
yeah,
this song. I thought,
yeah,
okay, they really hit what they were trying to do,
yep, I
or at
agree.
least in my opinion. It
Yeah,
had more energy. It felt less put together. It had that more of a life to it. It didn't feel derivative of anybody else.
right.
It's
Except
just
Led
a good
Zeppelin.
song.
I'm just kidding.
What?
I said except Led Zeppelin, but and then I laughed.
Well, that's just, can you
Yeah,
play music anymore without accidentally stepping on Led Zeppelin? I mean,
right, right, dude. Yeah, if you're making heavy music, you know, there's some Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath in there somewhere. You know,
always.
yeah. Um, the next song, "Media," is a thrash song. It sounds like a
Oh yeah.
freaking like Anthrax or Metallica in 1987. It's just
Right, just not
yeah,
as loud.
right, right. But the rhythm of it, the speed, that's really all I had. Like it's not a bad song at all, but it just sounds like an 80s thrash metal song,
Hmm.
which good for them. I love 80s thrash metal.
Right.
You know.
It's a weird follow-up to the artistic, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
Broken Crutch.
Yeah, they
And you
went with
go,
something really simple next. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then again, what do I have down for media? I wrote down how it touches on that whole debate about too much screen time,
Sure.
not enough screen time. What messages are we really getting?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the theme. Like there's a lot of like Big Brother themes on this album. So
Well, I would imagine that in the music world, you're going to run into that, whatever you would call that Big Brother machine a
yeah,
lot.
especially if you're signed to freaking Hollywood Records. You know what I mean? Like you're part of a giant, massive corporation, you know?
Yeah.
So
And,
yeah,
and maybe that's why the album just feels, hey, we put out an album
yeah.
instead of, uh, oh, wow, an
I
album,
wonder what their first album sounds like.
I
Because
don't
they
know.
have an independent album that they put out before this that you can find. It's not streaming, but I mean you can buy it.
Yeah, I saw the disc cogs or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
on Discogs. Yeah, yeah. I think
I
it's called
definitely wanted
Acquiesce.
what?
I think it's called Acquiesce. I think is what it's called.
It'd be interesting to hear if it's a progression, no pun intended, of
Yeah.
their sound.
Or if, without a big corporation and a name producer, if it sounds more live, you know what I mean?
Right.
If it sounds more, if there's more feel to it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
maybe the
wondering.
producer was like, come on, guys, clean that up a little bit more,
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
that a little bit different. And to give it that more polished kind of vibe that you would think Disney would want
Sure. Sure.
instead of the ideas we're hearing. It's almost like those great ideas are just Disneyfied.
Yeah. Maybe got stifled a little bit.
Maybe.
So what do we
The
got next?
the 10th song, Nothing's New, it's
Nothing's.
kind of an appropriate title because
Yeah.
they didn't do anything new to me in the song. Nothing blew me away. Again, it's well put together. They hit all the themes they need to.
I like
It's
the
just,
drum sound.
yeah,
I thought the drums, if there's anything that stands out in this song, it's like, did they bring in a new kit? Like, what did they do? Like, the drums actually legitimately sound different. It sounds almost like he's playing on drums that are made out of wood or something. It's a really weird drum sound. So I
right.
thought that was cool. Um, but yeah, I didn't really pick up much else, just that it had a really interesting drum sound to it.
It's one of those that if you like this band, you like this album, you'll
Yeah,
like this song
yeah,
because it's Sloth. And
yeah.
it's not a knock at all. I just was making the silly joke that it's called Nothing New and it, ha ha, didn't
Yeah,
bring
no,
nothing
for
new.
sure. For sure,
But
dude.
then the freaking album closer.
Billy Goat. Billy Goat is trippy as hell.
Yeah, that is an album closer. We've talked
Yeah.
about this a bunch. That is an album closer.
Yeah.
It had that.
And
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say lots of nervous energy in that one. Lots of
Mhm.
jittery, and then it's psychedelic, like
Yep.
yeah.
Dreamy,
Yep.
ethereal, whatever you want to maybe psychedelic is the best term for that because
Sure.
it's more of a vibe than it is a
Yeah.
real. And this is the one where for me I went, ah, this guy sounds just like the guy from the Toadies. And I'm
Right on.
glad it was at the end of the whole album
Yeah.
because it just made me want to listen to the Toadies.
Nice.
And that's not
Nice.
fair to Sloth, but
Yeah. But hey, anything that gets you, listening to Away, uh,
mm,
such a good
there's so many
song,
good things on that
dude.
album.
Oh my God. Away or Tyler.
Ugh, no more Mr. Happy Face.
Oh my God. What is it? Thank you, Mr. Love. Is that the opener?
Man, I don't remember.
Yeah, it is.
I
Thank you,
wonder
Mr.
what
Love. It's the
makes
opener.
Toadies, who I said kind of sound similar, so stand out, whereas Sloth, who are obviously talented, obviously hit the markers I like,
Yeah.
but doesn't give me that feel, that
I mean,
tingly kind of.
dude, what makes the Toadies stand out is those fucking drums.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's every song is just, man. They
Yeah.
have I don't think the Toadies are a post-hardcore band, but their drums,
Mm.
they play like a post-hardcore band. You know, it's dude, they drive forward, 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 like all the time. That and like the desperation in that guy's voice.
Hmm.
Like he just everything he sings sounds so real and raw and in your face. I mean, just
Right.
yeah, dude. Like when he says, "Do you want to die?"
Oh yeah.
You know, or freaking in Tyler, you know, I will be with her tonight. That's freaking crazy, dude. Like,
Maybe
oh,
that's what this singer didn't do that
yeah. I
I would have
mean,
wanted. He didn't
I
cut loose, man.
only on Someday. That's the only song, dude. I
Right.
really, he's got a great voice, but his vocals were never forward, you know.
Right.
And in Someday, like on the Someday, his voice like breaks. Like I can't do it, or my voice will crack. But like it
Right.
breaks. He's got this break in his voice in that song. If they had made a whole album of songs like that, this album would have been phenomenal. As it is, it's a good album. You know, I
Right.
like it.
It just
Uh,
didn't feel like what would be their best outing.
yeah, yeah,
Put it in terms where we understand, if you break it down to like work, where you have your rookie, your pro, and then your
yeah,
veteran,
yeah.
they're maybe right on that edge of rookie into pro because they're
Right.
not unskilled. I'm not putting them down skill wise.
Sure.
It's just, man, something's missing
Yeah.
for
I mean,
me.
well, here's the thing, right? Like they play in the same ballpark as a lot of different bands, but
Hmm.
I will listen to Boy Hits Car. I
Right,
choose to sometimes listen to Boy Hits Car. I
right,
choose to sometimes listen to the Toadies. I've
right.
never been like, dude, I really want to hear that Sloth album. You know, maybe sometimes I'll feel like listening to Someday, but I can't remember when the last time that was. You
Right.
know,
Maybe it's
um,
more like I would say, who knows, a William Regal match. Technically, it's going to be sound as fuck, right? It's going to
yeah,
hit all the things, it's going to do all the things,
right,
but the it factor has been missing from Regal almost his whole career. It's
fair,
completely unfair.
yeah,
It's just sometimes there's this magic that we've talked about that music captures that they were
right,
hinting at for me, and they got real close with those two songs, the way those vibe felt.
yeah,
But the rest of it just felt like, all right, let's play our grunge part. All right, make sure everybody's perfect. All right, let's
yeah,
make sure maybe it's overproduced, dumbed
yeah.
down for a
Totally
Disney
possible.
audience.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have brought this album to the podcast if it wasn't a band that I didn't enjoy.
Right.
I like this album. I own it. I listen to it. I've seen the band live.
Hmm.
Um, but they're a band that has one great song and a, a few other interesting songs.
Right.
You know, just take that for what you will. You know,
Might have been signed too soon. Maybe they hadn't been together long enough as a band.
yeah,
And that's
maybe,
why some of the other songs have great ideas, just the
yeah,
execution's not there yet. It could be a lot of
yeah,
different things.
yeah, sure.
As far
Um,
as recommending this album,
yeah,
it's good. It's a good album. If you like some early grunge, if you like some Toadies and some Helmet and a little bit of sad boy lyrics,
right, right,
it fits right in with some of the other grunge kind of whatever bands of the time, new metal
yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
but it's almost soulless.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I feel like if you were listening to Seether and Shinedown and Boy Hits Car and those kind of bands in the early 2000s,
mhm.
you'll get something out of this album.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
fits in perfectly. Social Burn, Revis, that group of bands. It fits in
Perfect.
perfectly with those group of bands, you
Yeah,
know?
and that era too.
Yeah, yeah,
As an adult, which I actually brought this up later, so we can end up talking about it. But as an adult, with the way I view things now compared to back then, I go, okay, it's a 16-year-old me probably would have been obsessed with this album. But
Sure.
adult me, I'm like, all right, man, I get it. It's grunge rock, it's straightforward, it's this, it's that, but it's not, I just don't feel it. And it's not fair to the band. I just
Yeah.
don't have
And I
that
mean,
feeling for me.
I was 29 when this album came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was still kind of, figuring out life. I'm always still figuring out life, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I mean, dude, so this is what happened. Like, I bought tickets to see Fuel
Uh-huh.
because Fuel was a massive band to me at the time. I mean, I've
Yeah.
loved Fuel since their indie stuff all the way up to, the stuff with the guy from X Factor or whatever singing.
Oh, yeah, they did that, didn't
Yeah, they got like a talent contest singer to sing there. But anyway, um so I was really excited to see Fuel. And this song, Someday, was on the radio all the freaking time.
they? Hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna get to know this band. So I bought the album. I remember hanging out with my friend Jessica one night and her and I listening to it a bunch of times so that I could get ready for the concert. Because I knew
Yeah.
Revis and I knew Fuel, I didn't know Sloth.
Right.
Um And so there's some memories tied to it. And then going to the concert and watching them kick a bunch of ass because they did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, so I've got that, but just listening to it analytically, there's definitely not as much there as I remembered there being. So,
Right.
you know, definitely a
Unless
time
you're
and
in
place.
that headspace.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're in that emo sad boy headspace right now that we've all spent time in,
Right.
maybe you shouldn't listen to this album, but it'll speak to you because you'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, I understand. I feel like that.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a nostalgia heavy album.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just there wasn't anything like grabbing, and that's happened with a few different albums. It's not
Right.
disrespectful to the bands at all. It's just for some reason it didn't strike that chord with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, it's tough, man, because I love heavy music, but I love everything. Like,
Right.
I am a fan of every genre of music, just not every musician in those genres.
Right. Right.
It's just how I am. Um, and I think that there's stuff on this album that reminds me of what I love about heavy music.
Yes.
Um, it's just for some reason doesn't quite click the way that I want it to. It doesn't click the way that like a Clutch album does.
Right.
You know,
I wonder if that's the Disney
it could be.
thing.
I'm trying to think what else came out on Hollywood Records that was really good.
And maybe they just owned
you
it.
know,
Maybe there's no um actual correlation other than the mouse owns it because the mouse will try
yeah,
to
who
own everything.
knows? I don't know. You remember, speaking of Hollywood Records, you remember they signed Insane Clown Posse?
No.
Yeah, so in the 90s, Hollywood Records signed Insane Clown Posse.
Right.
Insane Clown Posse put out a video that got them banned from MTV. And parents freaked out and everything went crazy. And Hollywood Records was immediately like, well, maybe we don't want this Insane Clown Posse band on our label.
What'd you think you were getting?
Right, dude. It's so funny, man. But yeah, there's only been a couple of bands that had lifetime bans from MTV. Insane Clown Posse was one of them. Them, Above the Law, which was the actual originators of G Funk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were legitimately the first G Funk rap group, but because
And they got banned?
they got banned from MTV, there was nothing. If you get banned from MTV, nobody's gonna freaking hear you back then. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that was the end of it. But
that's really too bad.
yeah, they were so good too. Black Above the Law is amazing, man. Uh,
No, that was lockdown. Never mind. I was thinking either Tom Morello or Zach De La Roca from Rage Against the Machine, who you mentioned earlier. They had a pre-band or a pre-band, a band before Rage Against the Machine
Right.
that for some reason I was thinking was called Above the Law. But
Uh,
aren't Above the Law New York hardcore? Like
there
Madball and
there is what is that band called? Is there a band called Above the Law that's near oh I
yeah, I don't know.
Down by Law.
Okay.
Down by Law. Down by Law is a great band.
Oh well, you just said that they were a hip hop.
Yeah, yeah. Above the Law is a G-Funk group. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But I was like, I know who he's talking about because they were in the same crew as like Sick of It All and all those guys.
Yes. Yes.
Down by Law, man. Yeah.
A
Sick
lot
of
of
It All
those,
puts on a great live show, by the way.
yeah.
That's
Well, that's that whole scene, that
yeah.
original scene was so intense.
Yeah.
No matter what the song meant, it was intense. The whole music was, it was New York. It was,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
hard, we're
Yeah.
intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny because what I remember about when I saw Sick of It All was the singer. He goes, a lot of people think this next song is a tough guy song. And he was like, do I look like a tough guy? And he rolled his sleeves up and flexed. And he's like, I've got arms like Bugs Bunny. And then they played the song. I don't
Right.
remember which song it was, but I thought that was freaking hilarious. It's super funny, dude. But yeah, I saw Down by Law with, or not Down by Law. I saw Sick of It All with Earth Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah. I've
fun.
seen Earth Crisis.
Yeah.
Talking about hardcore.
Dude, oh my God. The thing about Earth Crisis that was crazy, they're fans, and I liked them, but I wasn't like, I think I won the tickets, so I wasn't like,
Right.
Earth Crisis, you know what I mean? But the thing about them that was so crazy is their fans are so freaking rabid, dude. Like the singer barely had to sing any of the songs. Like the audience was literally like trying to grab the mic from him to sing songs, and it was just like, and he was all into it, like shout along, do the thing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was wild.
It's that energy of that hardcore kind of, it's not
Yeah,
about raw hardcore. It's like,
yeah.
give it your all.
I
Go
would
get
love to do
after
a,
it.
I would love to do a hardcore album. I think that'd be fun.
I don't like that style of vocals, so I would
Yeah,
never.
fair. Yeah, yeah, fair. Well, you know what though? There's hardcore bands like Quicksand, but Quicksand's famous. So,
Is Quicksand really a hardcore band though?
I mean, they're considered a hardcore band. They were part of the scene, but are they really a hardcore band? Nah.
Are
Eh,
their
yeah.
big hit was Phaser, right? Are we talking about the same?
So the big hit Phaser is one of their songs, but their big hit that for me was "Dine Alone." That was the first
Hmm.
time I heard them.
Phaser does not sound hardcore.
I guess "Dine Alone" kind of does. But you ever heard Seaweed?
No.
Okay, I think they're hardcore in the same way that Seaweed is, like melodic hardcore.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, Seaweed has a really really great singer. It's super funny, dude, because they have a song called "Losing Skin."
Hmm.
I used to be like, "This is the greatest pop song I've ever heard in my life," until I played it for somebody who really liked pop music, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is so noisy. Turn this off." I was like, "Dude, this is a pop song. What are you talking about? Listen to that hook."
Depends on what you consider pop.
Pop.
Because to me, pop is like Taylor Swift, and
Yeah,
it's so bubblegummy, generic, just
right.
empty.
Yeah,
Whereas I think you're talking to more like the Beatles, or it's just
dude.
more of a upbeat.
Yeah, to me, pop is anything that has a strong hook. If it
Ah,
has a
okay.
strong hook that gets in your brain and it repeats, that's important too.
Yeah.
It's pop song, dude. Like that's pop song. You know, maybe I'm too broad with my definition. It's funny because, well,
Or maybe
John,
I'm
right?
not broad enough.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. John
Yeah.
Brandon Prophet. So
Hmm.
John and I are friends. We've been friends for shit 24 years.
Right.
Um, and I remember, telling him that I was making like a CD of like my favorite dance songs. And he was like, dance music sucks. And I was like, dude, so you're telling me you don't like New Order? And he's like, New Order isn't dance music. That's alternative. And I was like, dude, oh, New Order's is dance music, dude. Like
See,
they
when I
play.
think of dance, I think of like songs that would have played at my middle school and high school dance stuff, like
Huh.
Genuine Pony
Okay.
and Usher. To
Right.
me, that's what I think of as dance music.
I assume when most people think of dance, they think of like Rhythm of the Night and Everybody Sweat Now and stuff, or Everybody Dance Now and What Is Love. I think that's
Mm.
what most people think of as dance music. But
I mean, that's
really,
way better than what I thought of as dance music.
yeah, yeah, fair. Um,
You
I like
said
Genuine though. I think Genuine's smooth. I dig him.
Far, the band Far, covered
Sure.
Pony, and it's
Oh,
awesome.
that's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Oh, but it's great.
It's a
Um,
fantastic cover.
yeah. What was the Genuine song? Uh, Genuine has a song that's really, really heartfelt and good. And in the video, he's floating on clouds. But I loved that song, dude. Now I can't even think what it was called. But but yeah, I
I
don't have
didn't
some.
listen to a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I don't know why. It's all
yeah.
good tunes.
Relatively speaking, I mean, not Pretty Ricky, but just kidding. Just kidding. Just messing with you, dude.
No, no, I get it. It's funny because
Yeah,
there are times where that song annoys me.
dude. When they go pretty Ricky doing pretty big things, I may have said
Yeah,
this before.
that's
I'm
the
just like,
part that,
oh,
yeah,
my brain.
it's
And
so
I
funny.
remember, don't they have a song about driving down the street and getting out of the car to get into a car with a girl that they're talking to, like while they're driving?
Oh, I don't
And
know.
I
I'm not
remember
a fan of the
hearing
group.
that song and going, "Kids are gonna die." I was like, some kid is gonna hear this song and freaking try to
That's
hop in some
funny.
girl's car and die.
It's actually really, really interesting that you bring that up because I wrote
Yeah,
this thing down in my notes that just for us to kind of talk about.
yeah, yeah.
As I was making my notes for the album, I don't know if I took a scroll break or went to Google something, but
Hmm.
I saw something about some influencer and I wrote down that influencer or like influencer culture
Yeah,
is the complete opposite of music culture in
yeah,
in most ways
yeah.
because the screens are keeping us disconnected.
Right, right.
Um, and that's kind of what the influencer is. Hey, sit there and watch and see what I have to say about something. Where
Right.
music, it's listen to this with all you have. Let me share this with you. Influencer, like, I'm after clout. I want all the
Right.
fame. And a lot of the music, that's just a byproduct of it.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if you
I,
saw. Oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say it got me thinking about how that I don't like that influencer culture thing at all. I don't
Yeah,
get it. I think it's all negative. I
yeah.
think it's all a bad idea. And that's the exact opposite of music.
Sure, sure. So Tiffany Stratton was on Impulsive a couple months ago,
Uh-huh.
and she was talking to Logan Paul and his manager, who's on the show with him,
Right.
about how she wanted to become a streamer, and they were like, "Oh, you'll make so much money, you should do it." And she was like, "Well, I'm nervous about what I should do, yada yada." She was like, "I think I want to play some video game," and they were
Hmm.
like, "Oh, don't do that. That's dead." And she was like, "Well, then what do I do?" And they were like, "You think of the stupidest thing that you can possibly think of and say and do that."
Yep.
And I was just like, and she kind of chuckled. They were like, "No, we're serious. The dumbest thing that you can think of, do it over and over and over again."
Right. Instead of music where it's create a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
create a part of you.
yeah.
What's I don't know. It's just
And
a
I mean,
weird kind of
if that was legitimate advice, then man,
I mean, the impression I get, and I don't know those guys, but we
yeah,
read stuff and see stuff.
yeah,
It kind of makes sense, especially for
yeah,
them.
yeah, fair. I mean, so Casey doesn't really watch TV shows. Um, he watches YouTube clips. That's all he watches. Um,
I
He
think
watched.
it's because of the way the screens and things have cut our attention span
Yeah. Well,
so small.
here's the thing too, though. He'll watch like 30-minute like YouTube challenge videos and stuff.
Hmm.
So he watches that kind of stuff. If it's influencers who he likes.
Maybe he's seeing more of
Uh,
the use for the medium where I was just talking about influencers. That's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily the representation of what you can find on YouTube. It's
Right.
still a
Right.
tool.
Right. There's this show, for lack of a better word, on YouTube called Metal School.
Hmm.
It comes out usually every month, sometimes every other month. It just depends on how big the band is and how busy the guy is.
Hmm.
But basically, this guy does a full breakdown of old metal bands, like metal bands from the 80s and
Oh, okay.
earlier. Um, he does their whole discography. He does like a band history. He does a review of every album. Um, Puts together these really cool like video clips and stuff. And like I watched Metal School like it's a TV show, dude.
Yeah,
And I'm on his Patreon. I fucking give that guy $4 a month to
right.
to keep his little videos going. Um,
Fair. I mean,
yeah,
I guess it's the use of the medium,
yeah, and I
maybe.
think that's cool. Um, I also like really liked Richard Marx's. Richard Marx has a talk show on YouTube that I
Richard
thought was really
Marks.
cool. Yeah, Richard Marx. Yeah,
The Richard Marks.
yeah, yeah. He's a talk show on YouTube.
Huh.
Um, he sits down, and it's the most pretentious thing in the world, dude. He sits down with his famous friends and has a drink, and they talk about like how they know each other and shit. Basically, it's called "Tell Me a Story" with Richard Marx. Um, I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it was good. But dude,
Right.
sometimes he sits down with these people for 2.5 hours. And I don't know if I need to watch Richard Marx talk to someone for 2.5 hours.
Right.
But then I do that on my podcast sometimes. So who am I to
Right. I
talk?
guess it depends on the
Yeah.
subject of the listener. Like
The
if you
first
like,
the first guest was Paul Stanley. And I thought
oh,
that
okay.
was really cool because I love seeing different sides of Paul Stanley.
Yeah, he was on Rogan a couple years back, and it
Yeah.
it was really interesting and really fun podcast to hear him talk about things that weren't directly Kiss.
Right, right, right. And this was like right before or right after the last tour. So he was talking about retirement, and being a
Hmm.
dad and like, a grandfather and all that kind of stuff, which was interesting. It was interesting to see him talk as a human, you
Hmm.
know, instead of Paul Stanley the character.
Outside of the gimmick.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes, I mean, and there was a couple other ones a couple other people he had on there it was really cool. Kenny Loggins, he had Kenny Loggins on there.
He has some jams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And one of the cool things about his talk with Kenny Loggins is they're really, really good friends, but they had a falling out and then they became friends again.
Right.
And they talked about that. And they have a weird dynamic. Like it's almost like, do these guys really like each other? Like it's really is interesting.
Hmm.
So yeah. I mean, there is stuff on YouTube that isn't just complete trash, but
Maybe it kind of ties in or has a lot to do with this thing I wrote down to talk to you about.
yeah.
I know we didn't this we thought this was going to be a grunge band, and I thought I was going to dive into all this Seattle stuff. So I'm going through not Mark Arm's book, but
Oh,
a group called or a group, a book called Grunge is Dead about Seattle and all that.
interesting.
And there was some photographs.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Just regular photographs of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
live and that energy. And
Yeah.
that got me thinking that the the art of photography
Mhm.
also kind of grew with music
Yeah,
because you
absolutely,
would
dude.
be trying to capture the feel of Soundgarden, which was the picture it showed,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
then that's gone now too.
Yeah.
But we
Well, you
all
know
have
what?
phones.
I'm
or
friends with this.
cameras.
Yeah, but there's a difference between like, so I'm friends with this chick on Facebook, and the reason that I became friends with her is because she goes and sees all these cool bands and takes pictures of them. It turns
Hmm.
out she's a professional photographer, and that's her job. Like she takes
Right.
pictures of cool ass bands. Um, and there's a difference between the stuff that she does and the stuff that I would do if I was at a concert. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that's still necessary. You know, um,
Right.
like let's be honest, the Doors were a good band,
Yeah,
but would the Doors have been as huge if people weren't taking those pictures of Jim Morrison? You know what I mean? Like
I do.
the
Yeah.
dude was practically a model, and he had a presence like that came through in photographs. Um,
Yeah.
that was bigger than the music in a lot of ways.
Maybe I'm just not seeing where that kind of thing is presented anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely well, it's hard because where are the magazines? You know, and without the magazines, it's uh it's harder, man. Spin, I think, just came back in print.
Hmm.
But the way they're doing it is like 4 issues a year for like $125. I'm not paying $125 for 4 issues of Spin.
Right.
Like, screw you, dude. It's just like rock magazines are kind of dead now.
Yeah.
And now it's all paparazzi shots and like,
Yeah.
so
The celebrity side of it, not the
yeah, yeah,
music side of it,
yeah, man.
or both.
And
Maybe it was better when bands just rocked the fuck out,
yeah,
got on out of town, and you never got to learn if their singer's a pretentious douchebag or their
right.
guitar player is into gross sex stuff or anything that you would just instantly go, oh, fuck this band.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that kind of goes into what I was getting ready to say. Like now, a part of taking pictures and whatnot used to be presenting your character. Now, because of the internet and the
Hmm.
way that music is presented and media in general is presented, your character has to be out there all the time.
Hmm.
And some people can handle it and some people can't.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, ask Sabrina Carpenter, I guess. You know.
It helps that she's ridiculously good looking.
Oh, she's so yeah, yeah. Young enough to
Because
be my daughter, but old
yeah,
enough to be legal. So
yeah, but still young enough to make it weird.
yeah, but she's wow. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, beautiful, beautiful young lady.
yeah, definitely.
But that's to
Absolutely.
me, that's that whole pop thing.
Yeah.
Who unplugged mine? Me,
Everything good?
evidently. Yeah, that's and now like she just did something on Saturday Night Live or whatever, and people are freaking out saying it's overtly sexual or overtly weird. It's like, motherfuckers, did you not see the Britney Spears videos? Do you not remember Christina Aguilera?
Dude,
Did
so
you forget about Madonna?
so when she does this song called Nonsense, okay?
Hmm.
And I don't know anything about her other than she's hot and this one song.
Okay.
So she does this song called Nonsense. And at the end of it, she'll say something dirty in relation usually to like the town that she's in, but not always. So she did a live show for BBC
Hmm.
and she said, BBC, they told me keep it PG. BBC, I think I want one in me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm sure whatever she said on Saturday Night Live or did on Saturday Night Live, they could have seen it coming. You know what I mean? Like this
didn't we
girl,
just say this with ICP? The fuck did you think you were gonna get?
right, dude? They see this little blonde girl who like teenagers like and stuff, and what do they think? Like she's gonna be singing, I don't know. I don't know. And it's just
She's
like,
that age where
yeah, she's
people,
25, right?
yeah,
So like, dude.
She
When I was,
discovers that she's sexy. If she feels that way, do your thing, young lady. I don't.
dude, do you remember? So I don't. She was at an awards show, and the guy who was in Oppenheimer, I don't know his name. Calum something.
Colin Murphy.
Is
Colin
that his
Murphy,
name?
right?
Killian Murphy.
Killian Murphy.
Yeah, so Killian Murphy was there, and she was doing an interview, and she looked over and saw him, and she was like, "Excuse me, I have to go follow him to his house." And it was hilarious, dude. And people like gave her so much shit. They were like, "He's twice your age, and he's married, and that was inappropriate." And
All
come
she's
on, man.
doing is expressing in her own way that he is an attractive man
Right,
in a funny
right. It
way instead
was
of going,
hilarious, dude.
that Killian Murphy is a very handsome young man. No,
Or
that's not fun.
doing the media trained thing and just keep your composure and don't say anything.
Right.
Instead, she was like, "Hey, I got to go follow him to his house." That's
Yeah.
funny. It's hilarious, dude. And anybody who sees the stuff that she says and the stuff that she does knows that's part of her brand. Like
Right.
she says off the wall shit, and it's funny. Just like the thing where, like, on her cover of her album, she's on a dog leash, on all fours, and people like went crazy over that.
That's kind of the point.
Madonna had a video where she crawled across the floor and drank milk out of a bowl.
Yeah, but we weren't a bunch of soft. I was at that age where, you know what? I might not have known exactly what Madonna was doing, but
Yeah,
please, God, let me see more of it.
you know, you know. I think it was the Express Yourself video where she crawled. She was wearing a green dress. She crawled across the floor and drank milk out of a bowl. I think it was Express Yourself. But
Wouldn't surprise me.
there you go. You know what
But
I
they
mean?
didn't really attack. Maybe they did, but I don't know. It's just a different vibe. I don't remember Madonna really getting attacked like that.
She did, dude.
They
She
were
did
just like,
like
she's
that.
sexy. This is a sexy
Yeah,
song video. This is a
yeah.
not a sexy song video. It's
I mean, not to the '80s were different. You know, let's just say the '80s were different.
right.
You
Well,
know,
it's all like a progression
yeah,
and a lot to do with the times, like the actual dates times, because I
yeah.
wrote down something that I thought we were going to get to about Woodstock 99
Okay,
because I kind of felt like the timeline 99 2000 was perfect for this band.
sure.
But the reason I actually brought up Woodstock 99 specifically is
Mhm.
because it was a disaster.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
poorly put together concert.
Right.
A lot of the bands were whatever. To me, that was tearing open this whole part of the music industry that gets into every industry that has art that can make money.
Yeah,
The attitude of let's make as much money as we can as quick as possible, no matter what. Then you get
yeah.
too much concrete for a concert venue. What? Who cares? Get them in here,
Right, right,
$10 bottled water.
right. I remember as a kid when how old was I? 25? Yeah. When Woodstock 99 was happening.
Hmm.
And there was a big deal about the shirt because the shirt was like really freaking expensive. The Woodstock 99 commemorative t-shirt.
Right.
Um, and the whole thing was that, you know, you take that shirt, but blow it up
Right. Well,
and
it's the
set it on fire,
monetization.
you
It's
know?
the monetization of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they see if a artist or if a fan goes and sees an artist, they
Yeah.
always have concert shirts that are, rare or just for that.
Sure. Sure.
And
Sure.
they
Yeah.
cost a little bit more.
Yeah.
Somebody just went, okay, well, if we tell them that it's super rare and it costs this much, and then it does.
Yeah.
And it kind of either leapfrogs the whole process or it's just a complete bastardization of it because it's not special
Right.
anymore. It's just an expensive t-shirt.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be real, dude. If you were wanting to actually continue on the spirit of Woodstock in 1999, Fish, Blues Traveler, Sister Hazel, those would have been the bands playing that freaking festival. It wouldn't have been Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock and whoever the hell else it was, you know?
Well, I kind of get that point of it
Yeah.
because later on, you got to remember Woodstock had Jimi Hendrix and
Right.
Janis
And the Who.
Joplin
Yeah.
and Jefferson. They probably Airplane at the
Airplane.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
The biggest bands.
Fair. Fair.
They just missed it. It just, to me, it was such a peek into that side of the industry where, and it happens with everything that's like an artistic endeavor that people love and they're making money on. There's always that corporate thing that steps in and just squeeze for
Yeah.
every little bit of it. And it
Yeah.
leads to just disaster, a
Yeah.
complete ruining of the thing.
I agree, man. I agree. I mean, dude, look at what's going on. Like, to me personally, like, it kind of is what it is, but look at what's happening in wrestling right now. A
With
ticket to
just,
go see John Cena's last match for a front row ticket is 30 grand.
yeah. Who do you think, as a promoter
Yeah.
or as anybody who decides those kinds of things, did you forget that wrestling was always accessible?
Yeah. Yeah.
From the indies to when the WWE came around, the tickets weren't that bad
No,
because
no.
they knew their demographic is families, young kids,
Yep.
things like that. So just to turn around and be like
Yeah.
$3,000, okay, you're pricing out your fans.
Yeah. 100%, dude. Um, and I mean, even like not this isn't on the same level, but I don't remember if we talked about this or not, but I was gonna go see Depeche Mode.
Oh,
Never seen Depeche Mode. I was super excited. I was like,
right.
shit, Depeche Mode's doing a tour this year. I was psyched. I looked up the tickets. Not even front row, but like good tickets. Because I don't want to sit. I'll watch it on at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
$750, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was like, man, I love Depeche Mode, but not that much.
And I'm sure I told you the weird scalper story when my human took me to see Tool, right?
I can't remember, but
I was working nights,
yeah.
so and she wanted to get tickets. So she
Okay.
was up and doing watching, she clicked on a website, not the real Ticketmaster.
Ah, okay.
Ends up straight getting scalped for these tickets. It caused our friends to back out of it. We couldn't sell them. Like she had to eat a large chunk of money,
Man.
and it just ruined her experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's entirely too bad.
Yeah. Dang, man.
It's just there's something dark that money brings or attracts,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is it actually ties in because you were talking about these guys are on a Disney record label.
Yeah.
You want to talk about dark, some of this Disney music stuff. We touched briefly, or at least
Sure.
off air about the Hannah Montana
Yeah.
phenomenon, where to me, that whole thing is dark.
Yeah.
Like, did we talk about this on air?
I don't think we did. I
I
can't remember if we talked about it on air, like maybe at the very end of the episode or not, but I
it's just
know
like,
you have a strong opinion on Billy Ray Cyrus.
yeah, like
I know
it
that.
feels like he pimped his daughter,
Right, right, right.
especially to Disney, like
Yeah,
Disney, Nickelodeon,
yeah,
and they did a lot with music. So it was almost like they were trying to create the next
yeah.
Britney Spears,
I mean, dude, I don't know if you're familiar with Jordan Pruitt.
not by name.
Okay, Jordan Pruitt was a brilliant girl, dude. Like,
Oh, okay.
she was signed to Disney Records, Hollywood
Hmm.
Records, whatever it was back in the day. Um, they pushed her hard as a musical artist. I don't even remember if she had TV shows or anything, but she was
Hmm.
like doing soundtracks for different songs or different shows, and like, and someone ended up doing something to her, and she eventually just stopped making music.
They
Um,
stole that from her. Like
yeah, yeah,
whatever, I'm sure it's dark and freaking awful, but whatever it is, stole something.
yeah. She's
Something,
written. She's become like a trauma counselor now, and like her whole life is completely different than it would have been. But this little girl, and I mean, she was 12 to, I don't know how old. She signed the contract when she was 12.
ugh.
Yeah. Um, but her music was and she was writing her own songs,
Hmm.
and it was so good, like above regular pop music. She had the potential to be a special musical artist,
Right. But
and they
somebody decided
took
to,
it away from her, dude. Like the machine, whatever happened to her, whatever crazy shit went
right.
down.
It's almost like the
Yeah,
um people that are really artistic just don't fit in to whatever you would call normal. So
yeah,
when a machine like that gets behind it,
yeah,
it's going to chew you up
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because that's what it is. It's a machine. You got to feed that thing.
yep, yep, definitely. And I think, man, part of it too is like you look at people like Jeanette McCready, who did not have a strong parental. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, or like Drake Bell, who had good parents, but they were super trusting.
Right. And he got,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Bella Thorne, parents were not around. You look
It's
at
that,
them, and then you look at people whose parents were there the whole time.
right.
Didn't let them go do, whatever.
Right.
Um, Being famous is kind of their decision. Like, you like acting, go act.
Right.
And those are the people like Zendaya
Hmm.
and Beyonce, you know, who can be famous when they're super young and come out of it okay, you know.
Hmm.
But there's a whole group of kids whose parents are just shoving them into this machine to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what these kids have to go through, no kid should ever have to go through.
And it's all part of this thing that the reason I mentioned Disney, other than they're signed the Disney label, is
Yeah,
because since the lyrical themes on this album were a little bit darker, I was
yeah,
in kind of that dark headspace and it got me thinking. We talk a lot about how you can use music for a bunch of different things.
yeah, yeah,
Like I've been seeing a lot of these little coincidences or kismet lately
yeah,
that I'll see like in Stranger Things. I noticed they were using music to help heal and to combat the
yeah.
and if there's that side of it, there's that other side of it. And
And
it feels like if you really look at it, Disney has almost always used the music to creep you out.
sure, sure,
Like
sure.
no matter, I find a lot of even their old stuff a little creepy as an adult.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, what am I missing here?
Dude, one of the things that is a reoccurring theme in Disney is a dead parent.
Hmm.
It's so weird how, like, there's always a dead parent, man.
Well, if you think about it, in all honesty, and I don't know how anybody feels about it, but most likely, if you don't have at least attentive mom and dad,
Yeah,
you're going to get some trauma just because
yeah,
if you're say you're a young boy, if you don't have a dad,
right.
where's your model for what a
Yeah,
male does?
yeah.
So
You
it's
gotta
almost
create
like
it. Yeah,
if you look at the darker side of Disney, and that gets a little bit of slide on my tinfoil hat here, but it's almost like they're just conditioning people to just consume,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially Disney.
Yeah.
And it's using music and imagery and creativity to do it, but in
Yeah.
a very dark, opposite of what we're trying to celebrate kind of way. And it's seems like it's taken over. Like there's more of this kind of gross bullshit than there is. You hear a story about, I don't know, a young girl writes a rockin' song, gets the right mentor, it teaches them how to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's almost never it. It's
Yeah.
always gets taken advantage of or becomes some kind of weird. Uh, I don't know Lady Gaga at all, but she's a
Sure.
good example of this, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think she's just exposing that by saying, look at this dark imagery. I'm exposing
Right.
that side of things.
Right.
And it's just interesting to me how it's using the same things we love about music to corrupt. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
and to me, that's Disney's legacy, really.
Unfortunately, you know,
I don't know.
what was I going to
Go
say?
ahead.
Well, I was trying to think of like examples of people who actually got mentored,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like not even girls, like young boys too. Like, I guess Jermaine Dupri didn't really hurt anybody, right?
I don't think so.
I guess he did all right,
Oh, that's
with Chris Cross and ABC and them. I guess,
yeah.
but
It's
man,
just an interesting thing to use something that's so positive and so visceral and universal
yeah, yeah.
for
There's always going to be those people, man.
yeah.
And I mean, I like to hope that because things are out in the light more now, it's harder to be that guy.
I hope so, yeah.
But I mean,
And as I was digging around with this and just kind of playing with it and ways to bring it up and talk about it, I went ahead and looked or asked your best friend Chat GPT
yeah, man, we hang
why
out.
some notes seem to strike a chord with us, with
Yeah,
humans.
sure.
And what it told me was actually really freaking fascinating.
Okay.
It was telling us that it told me that different frequencies sync with our own neural rhythms, like low
Sure.
bass activates the limbic system, which is fight, flight, sex, hunger. Mid
Interesting.
frequencies is your tie in, which is usually vocals, right? Is tie
Sure.
into the language centers of your brain and emotional memories. And then the higher frequencies taps into that part of your brain that will process like awe and fear and the
Oh,
unknown. So you're not just listening to music, you're resonating to the
right,
music. And
right.
I just thought, oh, wow, that is such a
That's wild.
fascinating thing
Yeah,
because some people use it creatively, like, who cares, any music you like. And like
yeah,
we just point out, some people use it in a bad way.
right.
And I know some people don't, like some musicians, they probably have no idea about any of this.
Yeah,
But it kind of makes me wonder if companies like Disney, they knew that.
sure, sure. Well, I mean, it's just, they have research, they have people who look into all that stuff.
No, that's
Um,
dark.
yeah, I mean, red makes people think about sex. The color red
Yeah.
makes you think about
Yellow
sex.
is hunger, right?
Maybe.
Yellow.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
only thing I remember is red is sex. I learned it in fourth grade. Or no, not fourth grade, seventh grade, sixth or seventh
really.
grade. Yeah.
Red is firmly stop for me.
That's interesting. But yeah, we took
Firmly.
a during one of my classes, they were teaching us about advertising.
Hmm.
And they were like, if you look, almost every advertisement has red in it somewhere because red makes the brain think about sex. It's like interesting.
It's quite possible,
Yeah,
right?
it's weird, dude.
Especially if it maybe it's just well, there used to be that there was an actual law that weirdly got what do you repel or turn off the law? I don't know, not
Yeah,
around anymore.
yeah.
Where
Repeating.
this subject evidently was so prevalent, whether it's like MK Ultra, Project Monarch, all that weird government stuff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they had to make it illegal for anyone to use subliminals or propaganda on US citizens.
Weird.
So they obviously knew what you could do with sound and frequency and that sort of thing.
Right, right.
I don't know. It's
Isn't it
all part of
strange?
that whole music being magic or the universal communication.
Yeah, weaponizing music seems like the weirdest thing to me.
It's not unheard of.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you watched the morning show?
I know what it is. I don't watch it, but
Great show. Reese Witherspoon's character was in a prison in Belarus,
mhm,
and she was illegally detained.
right.
You know, they kept her in a room with lights on all the time, playing like death metal,
Yeah, I know this theory or this
and that's a
technique.
legitimate thing that they do to people.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll say whatever they want you to say.
Hmm.
It's just
It's
too much. It's overstimulation.
right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. And it's still like it was, ChatGPT was telling me how these different notes they know react, like a punch or a give you that shiver.
Yeah.
So how? Like why? Where's the
No,
disconnect
it's
where you're like,
interesting.
instead of going, man, I love this song, I love it. It
Yeah.
makes where you're like, hmm, I wonder if I can use this to break. It's just eh.
Weird. Weird. Yeah. Yeah. I
But
don't know, man.
sound actually has a really interesting history because eh, they used to use tones somehow to open temple doors.
Sure.
And
Yeah. Tuning
I was
forks.
reading,
Tuning forks used to be able to use them as keys. You'd hit a
yep,
brrr and it would, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And you could obviously tune consciousness. We know that.
Sure.
And then I was reading that sound, sound waves somehow are encoded in sacred geometry. And I was
Wow.
just like, okay, I get those words, but how is sound encoded into geometry?
Yeah. And so isn't there a thing too that like our brains actually emit sounds? Um,
Probably.
but obviously people can't hear them. And there's this whole theory that like you could turn the sound waves that your brain emits into speech so that at some point people who are mute may actually be able to talk again just by thinking. And
Oh,
this was
wow.
something that people were actually working on. Like this isn't something that like some, you know, L. Ron Hubbard or whatever. I was trying to think of a science fiction author, and for some reason I came up with him. Isaac Asimov.
Because,
Asimov. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me because there's the theory of the muse. Anybody that talks about the muse t will
Yeah.
say like what they do is open themselves up like an
Yeah. Yeah.
antenna, and it whatever the idea is isn't even from them. It's just like and here's that word again, they're tuning into it. So it's all frequency and vibration.
When I was younger, I really truly believed that I could pull songs out of the air that were about to become popular.
Could you elaborate a little bit more? What do you mean?
So like somehow I would be like I would think like, oh, I'm gonna check out this band.
Hmm.
Um, and then a week or two later, they'd be everywhere.
Hmm.
And I always used to be like, well, maybe I heard them on the radio, or maybe I, heard someone talking about them or read them in a magazine. But the reality is, a lot of times that wasn't what happened. Like, I would just randomly know.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense, dude. I wish I could elaborate it in a way that
Maybe it's
makes
more like,
sense. But
since when you're, at least you and I, enjoying music, we're
yeah,
doing it with everything. We're open. We're
yeah,
so maybe it's just tapping into that same thing that makes a song go popular. There's got
yeah,
to be something about it for everybody to be like, "Oh yeah, I suddenly like this song."
right, right.
Or maybe the way that I was gonna say, maybe the way you analyze songs, you recognize markers. You're like, "Oh
Yeah,
wow,
maybe.
this
Yeah,
style of vocal is big right now."
right, 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 right. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I had
But
the
I know that,
opposite
like,
thing.
yeah,
I like my music was my music. I didn't care. I didn't uh as a matter of fact, I would be like, "Oh, that band's popular? Pff, I don't like them." One of
dude,
those
I
type.
was never that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, never that guy. I always like wanted the bands that I liked to get more famous because A, I thought it was a validation
Oh,
and
interesting.
then also good for them. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
Yeah. Like when the Goo Goo Dolls blew up,
Hmm.
I was so happy. I was like, yeah, man. It's about
Maybe it's
damn time.
all
You know?
perspective, right?
What yeah, yeah,
Because back then I definitely had a lot more going on, so I would have been like, but this is my special thing. I don't
yeah.
have special things. This is my special thing.
Dude,
And
I'll
that's
tell
not quite the right mindset.
yeah, yeah,
It's fine to go, "Oh, this thing is special to me," but of course it's going to be special to other people.
yeah.
Where I would be like, "No, now all the popular kids like my thing."
Mm.
I don't know.
Dude, it never happened, but if Dramarama had ever had a freaking, an actual hit record. I mean, anything is the closest they ever got.
Right.
But if they had ever actually like, you know, blown up, I would have been
Hmm.
so happy. Dude, like if Haven't Got a Clue had become like a number one hit, like it should have,
Right.
I would have been ecstatic, dude. But yeah,
Hmm.
I would have been like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to Dramarama. And that means it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Like that's how I felt. I've always hated the whole thing about like that's my band, but I've
Yeah.
always also felt it.
Yeah.
My band, my team, my show. I hate all that, man. That shit's for everybody. But I've
Right.
also always felt it. Like I always felt like if something that I enjoy, like right now, the Pistons are like 15-3, and I
Nice.
feel like I'm playing really good basketball. You know what I mean? Like, it's like so.
I
But
don't
I would
watch
never.
basketball anymore.
Well, yeah. Casey got me back into it, so.
I followed the whole Pacers thing last year. I
Mhm.
saw the work.
Yeah.
The,
Oh yeah.
the
I hate
NBA's
that.
work.
I hate that. I don't like to do that. I like to act like a child.
That
So
it,
yeah, I
the
do
work
not.
was so
Yeah,
obvious.
I
It
just
turned me off completely. I was like, I'm done. I can't
yeah.
actively.
I think that Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson.
He didn't. And I can
I
tell you,
just they
I can tell you how
I just
you will
yeah.
notice he did not. It
I
wasn't a fair. So boxers, when
yeah,
they're training and they
yeah,
don't want to wipe out their training partner, they
yeah.
bite on their glove so they don't. It's like a reminder, don't. And he was doing that the whole fight. That fight was worked.
I mean, I will not acknowledge that in my head.
What
So
if I brought up the tweet where Mike Tyson basically said, F you, Jake Paul, you're not legit. You paid me not to beat you.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, then I suppose, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do about that? You know?
But I
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
But yeah,
Like,
I like the illusion if it is an illusion. You know what I mean?
I felt like I saw right through it. It's like, I know what
Yeah,
you're doing, dude. You're
yeah,
you're playing the advantages.
yeah.
And to me, that's cheap. That's
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that there's people who try to look at everything in sports, especially.
mhm,
I mean, sports is really the only place that's really relevant.
right.
Um, like it's wrestling.
Mhm.
You know, that's my only way to put it, you know.
Yeah.
Uh I until I was in my 20s and couldn't deny it anymore, didn't even look at wrestling like it was wrestling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You like the suspension of disbelief part of it.
Yeah, dude. So until the NBA is exposed, shall we say, like, or UFC is exposed, or you
Right.
know,
I saw
whatever.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I don't know what else, how else to word that. I
yeah,
saw the work.
I feel you, dude. I just won't. You know, I can't do that to myself.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
I get it. I put all
yeah,
my jerseys away. I just bought a new Pacers jersey. I don't wear my Pacers zip up anymore.
man, man,
And it's
that's
just
rough, dude.
it's not because I just now saw it was worked. I've always thought it was kind of thumb on it, worked a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's just for some reason watching how they made sure Oklahoma City beat this other team. It's like, what about those guys?
right.
What about fairness? What about competition? What about
Yeah.
that's just screw those guys. It's
So,
more money for us, or we made a backroom deal. It turned me
yeah,
off the NBA
yeah.
completely.
So going back to music, right?
Yeah.
No, but there's this show on right now called The Road.
The Road.
The Road? Yeah.
Is it Carmack McCurth? No, I doubt it. That'd be too much for TV.
um, but it's basically these unknown artists
Okay.
who are veterans. Like they're artists who have written songs for people and
Hmm.
play out and have done some production. Some of them have hits, but
Right.
not as themselves. Like some of them have written huge hits for people.
Okay.
Are going it's country artists.
Okay.
They go on tour with Keith Urban.
Okay.
Every night they play one cover song, one original song in front of his audience, and then the audience votes on whether they get to stay or not.
Hmm.
There's a guy on there. His name is Channing Wilson, who's gonna win.
Right.
You know, like it's fucking obvious that he's gonna win.
Is he the kind of talent that's just like
Oh,
undeniable?
he's super good, dude. But they also like present him as the winner from the very first episode.
Mm,
You know, um, everybody else are like they have this flaw, they have that flaw. With Channing, it's just like, yeah, the guy's just great,
yeah.
and he is. You know what I mean? He is. But to
Sometimes
me,
there's nothing else. We've ran into it with different songs and artists. Sometimes there's just nothing else you can do but go, yeah, they're
yeah,
good.
Channing is undeniable, dude, and he plays the kind of country music that doesn't suck. You know, he's a throwback. He's got a great voice and he writes great songs and like so yeah, I mean there's almost no way he's not gonna win. If he loses, I will be shocked. Um, but then like, you know, I don't know, man. Sometimes I wonder about stuff like that and like Ink Master. I love Ink Master, but sometimes I wonder, you know, how real it is,
Right.
you know,
And
as far as the
plus, once
competition
you
side of it.
add a competition element,
Yeah,
you're already kind of introducing something that's detrimental to making music, right? You've
sure.
already introduced a structure or a guideline. Well, you're talking about tenured, whatever, professional musicians.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So the stuff like that I was thinking of, like Pressure and not exactly knowing how to handle a all that would play into it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's
no,
not
not really.
these guys. Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of them have never played in like the big theaters and whatever that they're playing with Keith Urban, but some of them have. Like the one guy's like, man, I played in this place. Like they went to Oklahoma and he's from Oklahoma. He's like, I've played in this place hundreds of times.
Hmm.
Like, this is like, so yeah. I mean, at the very least, they're used to playing like packed bars. So yeah,
Maybe they're trying to show, and I can bring this back to Sloth because
okay,
I read a little bit about him. The only thing I could find about him was a bio on Reverb Nation. But
okay.
maybe shows like this are trying to show you that romanticized kind of magic of it. Like the example I'll use is Sloth wanted to whatever with the Warp Tour. They weren't on the Warp Tour. So what they
Right.
did was they got in a van, got their equipment, and
Yeah.
followed the Warp Tour around
Yep.
playing parking lots.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, there is something, I don't know if romantic is the right word, but
Right.
there's something so special about that idea of you you're just doing it with your friends, your closest
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
You're doing the thing, you're learning. It's like a whole experience that you can't articulate very well,
Right.
can't show. And maybe those kind of competition shows are trying to show you that extra dimension of it. And like American Idol, I don't get
I
into
mean,
that show.
I liked
Not
American
just because
Idol.
what?
I liked American Idol like early on.
Yeah, I liked
Um,
the rock songs,
Yeah.
but after a while I was just like, my God, this is just a machine at this point. And
Fair.
you knew what they wanted. Kelly Clarkson, who's talented as shit, but
Yeah. Oh God.
that's the
Yeah.
style of music they want.
Yeah.
So I
My
don't know if
thing.
it's
I,
over corporatization of something like that you cannot capture.
yeah. My thing about something like American Idol is, and I don't watch it anymore, but I mean, I've watched it off and on for since it's been on.
Right.
To come out of a competition like that, where it's pretty much all about vocals and
Hmm.
image, you have to be a good singer.
Yep.
You have no choice. Like if you can't sing, you're going home. There's
Right.
nothing to disguise it. You can't disguise it with showmanship. You can't disguise it with a good band. It's
Yep.
you and your voice that people are judging. To me, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
And so that's why. I mean, Kelly Clarkson has an amazing voice, dude. Like
Right.
that girl can freaking sing. So I saw Kelly Clarkson live and she sounds incredible.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you remember this. Do you watch football? Because I don't. So
Watch football?
yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay, so do you know about like the NFL kickoff party thing that they do?
Yeah, yeah, I know the concept.
Okay, like you win the team that wins the Super Bowl gets like an NFL season kickoff
Okay.
concert
Hmm.
at the beginning of the next season.
Yeah.
So and it's free.
Nice.
So when the help me fuck the Colts. When the
Oh,
Colts
okay.
won, they did a free concert down on the square. Or on the circle, I mean.
And it was
Uh
her?
and it was Kelly Clarkson, Faith Hill, and Hinder.
Hinder were atrocious live when I saw them.
They were all right.
They were.
They only did like 4 songs. Maybe that's their you know
I
what I mean?
saw them, Buck Cherry,
Okay. So
and
you saw the
another one
same
of
band
those.
twice. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yes and no.
Saw the same band twice.
I don't care for Buck Cherry really on CD,
Yeah.
but they're really good live.
I've got 2 other albums, dude. I mean, honestly though, like for the movies, which
Hmm.
was the only Buck Cherry song I heard before I bought their first album.
Oh, see, for me it was lit.
Lit Up.
Yeah, lit up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hadn't heard that. I heard For the Movies. I know that, or At the Movies, whatever it's called. It's At the Movies, For the Movies, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, Lit Up was like a big hit, I guess, but I hadn't heard it. But I heard For the Movies, and I thought they, that doesn't sound like anything else on the album.
Yeah.
You know, uh,
Well, and then they did that one song, their freaking mega anthem that's about Paris Hilton.
Crazy Bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Crazy
the way
Bitch
they
turned
do it
into a
live
cartoon. Basically.
was super cool.
I didn't know that song was about Paris Hilton. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure I read
That's
somewhere
hilarious.
that Josh Todd,
Josh Todd,
I
yeah.
about to say Jason Todd, the Red Hood.
Nice.
I might like that band a little bit better if the Red
Jason
Hood
Todd
fronted
was a
him.
singer.
I think he said that it was just something that he saw something or maybe even had a dream about Paris Hilton and just
Wow.
went off with it. Like,
Hey,
so it's
I've had
about
some
her.
I've had some dreams about Paris Hilton, so yeah.
I don't find her attractive at all. So good luck with that.
Thanks. I thought she was really hot in the 90s.
No, man, too skinny.
Oh, dude, I thought she was hot as hell.
That's funny.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
another
faces,
thing.
though. I really, like, I don't care so much about bodies. I like, when I'm attracted to a woman, it's
Mhm.
mostly because of their face.
For me, it's always different.
Yeah.
Like, uh, I dated a girl that I liked the shape of her neck.
Nice.
I dated a girl, for some reason, the smoothness of her skin was my thing. So it's always different.
Smooth skin is dope. So,
I
yeah.
was gonna say is I never had this, but maybe you did. We know it seems like girls do. Like,
Hmm.
I don't care if my opinion isn't gonna change about a artist
Yeah.
if she's hot or not.
Hmm.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that matters.
There was
Well, I think being hot helps, but being not hot doesn't hurt, if that makes sense.
it does. It does.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's a magnetism. That's,
Oh, that's you know what? That's a good way to put it. To look more at
yeah.
the attraction, less at the
Yeah. And being hot helps with the magnetism, you know? But I'm
right.
also like, I'm trying to think, who do I listen to that's ugly? There's got to be somebody.
Yeah,
Um,
but there's still musicians that let's use Sugar Ray as an example. When
yeah.
he became the poster boy for what was attractive,
Yeah.
that's what his music became.
Fair. Fair. Dude,
But
if,
girls were still like, no, I love Sugar Ray now.
I
But
mean,
Lemonade and Brownies, they're like, what is this crap? I don't want to hear this. But as soon as
yeah.
you see
Yeah.
him and you're like, I think he's hot.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I am not gay, but if I was gay, yeah.
See,
Mark McGrath in
if I want to be
1998. You know what I
100%
mean? Like,
fair, no, thank you.
what's that?
I don't find him attractive. He looks like
Really?
a douchebag.
Oh man, he's such a good looking dude.
Oh yeah, he's a handsome dude.
Yeah, yeah, he's
That's
such a good looking dude.
undeniable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, even I can't even put myself in the if I was gay, because I would have to
See,
assume I like the same things.
yeah.
He looks like a douchebag.
See, so I really liked Rock and Roll Jeopardy, which he was the host of, and I thought he was really charming and funny on that.
Mm.
He also pulled me on stage with him, and
Did you give
freaking,
him a handy at least? With just like a little reach over, you know?
pulled me on stage with him and gave me a hug and said that was awesome.
Mm.
So like, dude,
So maybe it's that.
let me tell my Sugar Ray story.
Yes,
Fuck it.
please do.
Let's hear my Sugar Ray story.
I'll try
So,
not to make fun of you.
okay, 2003. Picture it. Sugar Ray not having any more hits.
Oh
This
yeah,
was
they were done by
yeah.
'03.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They came out with The Pursuit of Leisure in 2003, which had Chasing You Around, and it also had the cover of Is She Really Going Out with Him?
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that.
that got on the radio, but not, and they had that Spike reality show, which followed them on tour.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, no one does. but but they were on their last leg at that point.
Hmm.
So they were playing at a casino in Milwaukee for like $30.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, I could go see Sugar Ray for $30 at a casino.
You'd have to give me $30 and then maybe I'd go.
so so I go, and here's the thing. There's tables. It's like a dining hall. People are sitting there eating dinner and shit
Weird.
while Sugar Ray is playing. I want to
Weird.
dance. I want to hear Someday and get down. So so I'm
I can't
dancing,
believe
dude.
you wanted to hear Someday.
That's a great song. Anyway, so I'm dancing, and people were getting pissed. And finally, a security person came up to me and said, "Hey, we've had a bunch of complaints about you. If you want to dance, go down in front of the stage. Don't dance in front of people."
Okay.
I had some beers too, because there was beers at the
Right.
concert. So I was pretty good and drunk. I am the only person who goes down to the stage and I'm jamming out. I am rocking out to Sugar Ray by myself.
Of course you are.
And
Because that's about who liked them in 2003. Just you.
they, they were doing Mean Machine,
Oh,
and
sweet.
and Mark McGrath came over to me on the side of the stage and gave me a fist bump, and I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" fucking. So then, they're like, "We're gonna have a little competition," and he goes, "This guy is definitely coming up," and I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" He's pointing to me, obviously.
Mhm.
He's like, get up here." So I this was too funny. I was
Mhm.
drunk, right? And
Right.
I figured that they were just going to grab me and pull me up because there's two big security guards.
Right.
They expected me to pull myself up. So they give me their hands, and but I'm supposed to pull myself up onto the stage.
Right.
I'm drunk, dude. I lay in people's food. Like, I'm just like, there was a table right under me. I just lay back on the table. And they're like, come on, man, you got to get up here. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. So then I get up on the stage. I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing gray jeans with metallic stitching
Hmm.
and a silky black shirt with silky gray sleeves that had satin dragons on it. It's
Of
also the
course.
first shirt there's also the outfit that I wore when I managed Apollo in the EWF.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that black and silver was the Terror Tribe's color. I just happened
Oh,
to
okay.
throw that on, so it was cool because I was wearing silver jeans and yeah, so
Well,
that was
that
really
was the
cool.
style in '03. They were
Yeah.
probably flared out like Jinko jeans or something.
They were really puffy all the way. Like they were big, baggy, puffy.
Yep.
But the metallic lining or the metallic stitching made them shine.
Hmm.
Dude, it's the only pair of pants I've ever seen like that. I'd like to get some more jeans with metallic stitching. Anyway, the other person that he pulls up on the stage is a
Uh-huh.
girl.
The other girl, because
Yeah, the
only
other
girls
girl
like
that he
sugar.
pulls up onto the stage is kind of hot. Whatever. It's like Milwaukee, whatever. Um, And so the security guy, he has her out first. Security guy is talking to me, and I'm drunk. And he's
Hmm.
just like, okay, whatever you do. Oh, first Mark asks us what our names are. And I say, I'm Keith. The girl says
Hmm.
whatever her name is. And then he looks at me and goes, Keith, get backstage. I was like, okay. And
Right.
I just walk back there. And there's a security guard. He's got me. He says, look, when you go out there, you listen to Mark. You do whatever he says. You don't act crazy. You don't do anything. You just do what Mark tells you to do. I
Right.
was like, okay. So they play Milkshake. And
The
this girl is just my milkshake brings all the boys.
Yep.
So
Uh,
Sugar Ray has a DJ, right?
yeah.
Okay, so their DJ plays Milkshake.
Oh, I thought you meant the band played it.
No, their DJ plays Milkshake, and this girl just does this weird ass dance, and like it's terrible.
Right.
Um, and then they're like, it's my turn then. So he has me come out, so I go out, And he goes, "See what she just did?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Don't do that." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Your job is just to rock the house." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that."
Right.
And then he goes, "Are you ready, John?" And I said, "My name is Keith." And he looked at me like he was going to kill me.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Are you ready, John?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And they play "When I Move, You Move"
Oh,
by
okay.
Ludacris, right?
Yep.
So, dude, I just go like this, and I go, "When I move, you move." Then I lift my hand up and put the mic out, and the crowd goes, "Just like that." I do that a few times.
Right.
The crowd's going nuts. Mark McGrath is sitting up on the amps, like watching. He jumps down, runs across the stage, gives me this big ass fucking bear hug, and goes, "That was awesome." And I was like, "Thanks, man." And then we turn around. He lifts my arm up in the air and says, "Your winner, Milwaukee's own Keith," which I only lived in Milwaukee for like a year and a half, but whatever.
Right. At least you remember your name.
Yeah, that time you remember my name. Milwaukee's own Keith. And he gives me a size small in the Pursuit of Leisure t-shirt and says, "Now get your ass off my stage." And that is my Sugar Ray story.
So maybe he is a douchebag.
I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought he was funny and it was cool, but
Um,
maybe he was being a douchebag.
I was trying to think of if I have anything kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I can't think of too much off the top of my head, but a funny interaction that changed the whole like outlook of the band I was watching.
Yeah.
Me and DC, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
were at an Ozfest
Okay.
and Tool were supposed to play. They canceled. So
Ah,
I'm not having a good time.
right.
Prodigy are on,
Okay. Oh
and
God. I'm
we're
sorry.
him and I are they were good, but I
Oh.
don't like them that much. Him and I are up front, way up front, maybe
Yeah.
front row,
Yeah.
and you could tell I am not having it right. My arms are
Yeah.
crossed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so not happy that I have to listen to this crap and Tool's not playing.
Right.
So the guy with the funny hair
Yeah.
walks over in front of me,
Yeah.
looks right down at me, and does exactly what I'm doing, and then sticks his tongue out at me. And I look at him for a moment, and I'm just like, "You got a
And
point, dude.
from that
Fucking
day
rock
forward,
on."
you were a fire starter.
Shut up.
Dude, I just said I like Sugar Ray, so
Yeah,
I did a
but
whole story about my Sugar Ray fandom. So
I wonder how many people, because it happens a lot where you see um these musicians interact with a fan like that. I wonder
yeah,
how many people actually have good stories, or how many times it's just Bon Jovi's just pointing at a girl. The song is for
yeah, sure,
you.
sure. Oh we, oh we, oh we, oh we. Ugh, so bad. It's not a good song.
Which one?
Bad Medicine,
Come on. Really?
dude.
How are you gonna tell me you like Sugar Ray, but not at least Bad
No,
Medicine?
but Bad Medicine's not a good song, dude.
It is a
Well,
good
okay,
song.
you know why I like Sugar Ray? The melodies, man. Those melodies are ear candy. They get in your, you know. Bon
That's what
Jovi is not ear candy.
Bad Medicine is.
No, your
Come
love
on.
is like
Toward the end
that.
of it,
That's not a good melody, dude.
when
It's
he's
not
trying
even a
to
good
fade out,
melody. What's that?
at the end of it, when he's trying to fade out, and he's like, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. I don't know. I dig that song. I like the
It's
build of
cool,
it.
dude. Like, yeah, yo. I mean, but it's not the stuff that I enjoy about music, I guess.
That's
Um,
fair.
yeah, I don't like that song. I don't like, dude. I like "Wanted Dead or Alive"
Yep.
and "I'll Be There for You." That's it.
I like quite a few Bon Jovi songs. Did I ever
Yeah.
tell you my stupid Bon Jovi story? Not
No,
involving the actual band.
no.
When I was really young, New Jersey must have just been out. We
Okay.
lived in Hope. Do you know where that's at? Down the road some?
Mm-mm. No, I don't know.
Tiny small town. Tiny,
Okay.
tiny, tiny small town.
Okay.
And me I assume my older brother Brian
Right.
and my two cousins Robbie and Amanda were all about the same age.
Yeah.
And my grandma lived on one street, and then Robbie lived a couple blocks. It's hard to remember now. Seemed like a while.
Yeah.
Another area, and it would not be uncommon for us to be rolling our bikes in a pack singing songs. And for
Right.
some reason, a memory really stands out to me
Yeah.
where for some reason the four of us or whatever are singing You Give Love a Bad Name.
Oh, that's great.
But I don't even like that song.
It's because it's not good. No, I think that so. I think Bon Jovi took all the cool stuff about Def Leppard and made it suck. That's yeah. And Def Leppard did that too. Def Leppard took all the cool stuff about Def Leppard and made it suck.
Yeah, but you got to respect Def Leppard, or at least
Oh,
that drummer.
bro. Yeah, yeah,
You
fair.
know what? Early Def Leppard
Yeah,
jams.
yeah, yeah. The first three albums are incredible, dude.
Got Love Bites. Oh man.
See, that's the album. So Hysteria, Pyromania was so good,
Hmm.
and I felt like Hysteria was Pyromania but watered down for girls.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how I
pretty
felt at the
fair.
time. I like it now. I'm not even going to try to act like I don't. You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to think what's on that album.
Hysteria,
Hysteria's okay.
Love Bites,
Love Bites is the
Animal.
jam. Animal's good.
Oh,
Rocket.
you like that? Oh, jeez. Rocket is Rocket on that song, or is it on the next album?
The next album is Pour Some Sugar on Me.
No, Pour Some Sugar on Me's on that album too.
On
So
Hysteria?
Hysteria was massive, dude. Hysteria was had like 7 number 1 hits on it.
I like
Sold
most of them.
over 10 million albums. Um, and yeah, now as an adult, like in during that part of their career, I get it. You know what I mean? But at the time, Armageddon it? Are you serious?
Yeah. No,
Armageddon it? Are
I
you
get it. There was a point where they released Pour Some Sugar on Me,
yeah.
and then everything else after was different,
Yeah.
lighter,
Yeah. Yep.
poppier.
Yeah. Well, they did 2 albums of that crap. They did Hysteria and then
Hmm.
they did Adrenalized. And both of those albums, to me, that's the low point. But for other people, that's like the pinnacle of Def Leppard.
Nah,
Um, and
that's
then
the
yeah, yeah. And then after those albums, they came out with like some like almost singer-songwriter type stuff
yep,
that I
yep.
thought was really cool. And then they got into like glam metal and glam rock and old David Bowie and T Rex and stuff. I really like that stuff. So, I mean, it's just those 2 albums that I was just like, it's not for me, man. But now I can respect it, you know.
Yeah.
And now if I'm drunk, which I don't drink anymore, but if I was drunk at a bar, I would sing Pour Some Sugar on Me if it came on. You know, but like,
I
but
can't with
no,
that song.
dude, bringing on the heartbreak
Oh yeah,
and
that's Too
Photograph.
Late for Love.
Oh God, those albums, man. On Through the Night, High and Dry, and Pyromania. 3 other fantastic albums, dude.
Right.
Oh my
And then a
God.
couple songs. We should be fair to Hysteria because there are a couple songs on there. Like Love Bites is an exceptionally good song.
I mean, Lil Voice was okay. I didn't like all the effects on his
See,
vocals
that's
and
why I
stuff.
like it. The
Yeah.
feel and the vibe, and it's so different
I
from.
mean, now that I listen to it and listen to the words and like really, it's a good song.
Mhm.
But that's another song where like it's hard for me, it's hard to find the melody in that song. You know? It's just hard to find whereas like the melody in Photograph is right there, you
Well,
know?
I think that's the point of Love Bites. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not a love song. It's a.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not.
It's a sad, but also kind of dirty,
Right. And I
and that's
mean,
why there's no
it's about
melody to it.
narcissism. You know what I mean? It's like it's it's an interesting song, dude.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Like that's my favorite Def Leppard song, and it
Really?
doesn't
Okay.
sound like anything else they've ever put out. It's
My
got a
favorite
neat
Def Leppard
vibe.
song's Photograph.
I like Photograph.
It's crazy.
Daughtry covers it. It's pretty good.
Nice, nice, dude. So I hate. Speaking of Daughtry, I
Mhm.
hate, I hate, hate Steve Perry's voice. We talked about this before.
Yep.
Um, him, Daughtry, and Lizzie Hale
Hmm.
did a cover of Separate Ways.
It sucked. I don't want to
You
hear
didn't like
another.
it, dude? I love it.
I like Separate Ways to begin with,
I don't.
and I like Daughtry, and I like Lizzie Hale.
Yeah, you thought that cover sucked?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I liked it, dude. I thought the
Um,
vocals were so much better, so much ballsier. I think that's what's missing from every single freaking Journey song. Nuts.
Swagger,
Yeah, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Some
Grit. Yeah,
shaking. Yeah, yeah, like whatever it is. Like just some. Ugh.
yeah.
It just sounds like a dude crying to me.
You're not wrong.
You know? And dude, and I love Bread. Bread is one of my favorite freaking bands.
Really?
Bro, the lyrics, oh my God.
See, I've not really dove deep into Bread. That's a deep cut. Like to say you're a giant fan of
I
Bread, I'm like, oh
love
man.
Bread, dude. Yeah. David Gates, that guy can write a damn song, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
They're big 70s rock, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Free and
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, totally all ballads, dude. I mean, they had a couple songs that weren't, but they were a ballad band. Like it's,
Uh
you know, it's all either love songs or songs about losing love,
yeah.
you know. But I had a girl who I was dating who was really into like Boys to Men and All for One and all that shit.
Yep.
And I was like, look, man, let me recite something to you real quick. Boys to Men, right? I'll make
Mm-hmm.
love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight,
Mm-hmm.
baby, all through the night.
Yep.
I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll never let go unless you ask me to.
Right.
Fuck. And then I said, if a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? These words will never show the you I've come to know.
It's better.
I got goosebumps.
It's better.
That's Bread,
Yeah.
you know? And it's just like, yeah, you know?
Well, some people just the way
Oh,
they choose to actually use the words they're
yeah,
singing
yeah,
is so neat
yeah,
because you got straightforward stuff like um bleh, sloth,
yeah.
straightforward, like the
Yeah.
lyrics aren't a big secret.
Right, right, right.
And then you have stuff like that that's more poetic, more
Yeah, yeah.
that's one of the great things about music is there's no wrong way to do it.
Yeah, I think that if you are gonna have simpler lyrics, though,
Mhm.
it's important to me. Not, I mean, whatever, you know, but to me, it's important that you sound like you mean them,
Yeah,
whether that means you're really aggressive
right.
or really, really emotional. But, dude, I'm sorry. I'll make love to you is neither one of those things when I hear it.
Well, that song is exactly not exactly that is not fair to that group.
Yeah,
But what I think about that song is they wrote it to get laid.
right. But you
You
could write if to get laid. You know what I
could just
mean?
show that video, son.
Yeah, you could write, you know,
I
I
almost
mean, you could
brought
write
up
brown sugar to get laid,
right. I
you know?
almost brought up if earlier because you were
Yeah.
talking about
Oh, well, I was talking about if the
Janet
bread song.
Jackson.
No, I was talking about the bread song if.
Oh,
The song that I just recited the beginning of.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I
I
don't know
thought
the
you were
Janet
just
Jackson song if.
you don't know it or what?
I don't know that. I'm not a big Janet Jackson fan, dude, to be
Yeah,
honest.
neither am I, but that song's awesome.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And
What
Kelly
was
Clarkson covers it, and she does a
oh,
great job.
interesting. Okay. She had a song towards the end of her like big fame,
Kelly or Janet?
Janet. like around the time Poetic Justice came out.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Nah. No, this was way after that.
Yeah.
It was like a slower song, and I thought it was really, really good. But I couldn't even tell you what song it was. But
I
it had
liked
to be like
her.
92-ish.
I
Yeah.
don't know. She blew up there for a while. Like,
Yeah. Control. Now
yeah.
I'm all grown up.
See, I liked Rhythm Nation. I liked that
Yeah,
kind
fair.
of
I liked
vibe a little
Nasty
bit better.
Boys. I thought that song was cool.
Well, that's on Rhythm Nation, I think.
Is it? Okay. Black Cat. I mean,
Is on
dude.
Rhythm Nation. Yep.
Yeah, who plays guitar on Black Cat? Uh, is it Steve Stevens? Yeah, Steve Stevens plays guitar on Black Cat. Phenomenal guitar player.
Who
Super
is
underrated.
somebody's he's from something that
Billy Idol.
yes, thank you.
Yeah, Steve Stevens, Billy Idol's guitar player.
He's
And then he
the
also had a group called Atomic Playboys.
he's the
Highly
the
underrated.
doesn't he have like a sash or like a headband or something that makes him stand out?
Just has really, really big black hair. His hair is gigantic, dude. Just huge freaking black hair.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And a
don't know
lot of
who I'm
times he
thinking
wears
of.
all leather, like a leather freaking head to toe suit and giant black hair.
I
So
don't know.
yeah, but
But yeah, I knew his name when you said it.
yeah. But yeah, Steve Stevens, super underrated guitar player. Sounds great on Black Cat.
I figured we'd end up talking about like a lot of this specific music because we wrote down about Jim and the holograms.
Hmm.
And I have a whole like chunk of time
Yeah.
in that era where the music, oh my God, I remember, I think I told you the story about I had this giant crush on this. I lived in this trailer park. I'm real young, middle
Yeah.
schoolish, something. A girl lived behind us. Her name is gonna escape me, and that's weird. Her first name was Stacy, I think. Anyway,
Okay.
and this is around that time. So I'd be like hanging out with her, and she'd be watching Jim.
Right.
And then like we'd watch some MTV and Rhythm Nation stuff would come on.
Yeah.
And we talked briefly, I think, about that flippin' Paula Abdul song with the
Oh,
cat.
sure. Yeah. Opposites attract.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
whole little like
Dude, I
soundtrack to that chunk of memories for me.
never got into Paul Abdul.
I like that song.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember the movie for Rush Rush was really good, or the
Mm,
video for Rush Rush was really good because it was Rebel Without a Cause. So I thought that was
right.
cool. You're tearing me apart. Freaking Jim Dean, man. Or James Dean. Very
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Wasn't
I
his
don't know.
dad
It
Mr.
was,
Howell in that movie?
I don't remember.
I'll have to look that up real quick. My screen's about to turn sideways because that's going to drive me crazy if I don't look.
Yes, I know how that goes. There's just, especially for me, and it seems like maybe you do it too. It's almost like I can look back on whole chunks of my life and there's these markers, there's these reminders, and they're built around songs. Like,
Yeah.
oh, where I was gonna go with that is I remember, I think me and this girl like dated ish. I don't remember, but when it was over, whatever it would have been at that age, I
Yeah.
remember listening to What It Takes by Aerosmith.
Great song.
Oh yeah, still to this day, I love that's my
Yeah.
favorite Aerosmith song.
Oh, my favorite Aerosmith song is Big 10-inch Record.
Nah,
That's a great song, dude.
my second favorite Aerosmith song is also off of the Pump album, and it's
Okay.
Hot Wax Dripping Honey. Fine, Fine.
Yeah. Fucked up,
Yep.
insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Oh, it meant something?
Yeah, yeah, that's what fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Yeah, that's what
Nice.
fine. Yeah, yep, yep.
But
That's
I
why it's
remember listening.
Fine. Like if you look at how it's written on the
Yeah,
album, it's yeah, yep,
I
yep.
just never bothered to look
Yeah,
into it.
there you go.
So I remember distinctively being all sad and listening to that song. And I remember my mom coming into the room and being like, heartbreak or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that we were
True.
gonna talk about Jim and the holograms.
Yeah.
And for
And
some reason, that whole the 80s
Yeah.
there's so much going on with me as I'm growing and experiencing things and music that it's almost not interchangeable. It's almost locked together. Like if
Right.
you played What It Takes, I
Yeah.
guarantee you I would at least flash back a little to, I wonder whatever happened to that young
Sure.
lady,
Sure.
that
Sure.
woman,
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
how silly was it to be all, I'm so, like I even understood
Right.
what he was saying.
Right. Right. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we were also gonna talk about like our favorite uh unreal bands, like bands that were created for like TV shows and movies and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. And you were gonna watch Black Roses, but you
Yep.
probably didn't. Just
No, I've
watched
been
it. Yeah.
so,
Yeah. It's all good, dude.
I haven't been able to concentrate.
I
Like,
feel you, man.
I
Yeah.
sat down to try to play one of the Batman games.
Yeah.
I just can't keep my mind out of the blah.
Right. Dude, it's understandable, man. I
Well,
have I can't find it. I thought I had it by me, but I guess I don't. I have the graphic novel adaptation of Good Omens,
oh, okay. I read the book.
and I've been reading it, but I've been reading it very slowly.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's wrong with me these days. Like it's, I mean, I think it's my medicine to be completely honest. Ever since I went on citalopram decades ago, at this point, um, I my concentration isn't what it used to be.
Right.
And by that I mean like my concentration for reading and my concentration for like watching TV
Hmm.
and things like that. And I used to be really, really super good at multitasking. I could
Hmm.
literally read a book and watch TV at the same time and know exactly what was happening in both.
Right.
And I can't do that anymore. So it messes with how I do everything. So
I think
yeah.
it's because of phones and the way
That could have something to do with it too. Yeah.
you used to have to sit down and read a freaking book.
Yeah.
Now you can just, in 10 minutes, find out what it's all about. Now you've learned the story, got your dopamine hit, did your thing, and you're on
Yeah.
to the next.
Dude, if Casey doesn't have my phone, I am always on my phone. I am
I'm trying
never
to get better.
not on it unless Casey has it. I don't think I can. I think at this point it's something that I kind of have to have. I think I would have to go through some kind of addiction counseling to get off my phone. Like I legitimately.
Maybe, but
Um,
depends on what you're doing with it, right?
well, I have like 11 games and I play them and I play them in a row and I play them in a specific order. And if I happen to finish those games into the minds of an OCD madman, if I happen to finish those games, then I go through my notifications and one by one do whatever the notification is.
Right.
Even if it's a notification from a game, I'll go back and play that game just once.
Right.
And then if I finish that, I'll check my emails, but I almost never get to the email part of it.
Right.
Every day, that's the cycle. Every day,
I'll use mine for like
because I'm insane.
Spotify, Audible,
Oh, sure. Yeah. And I do that too.
podcasts.
I do that too. All of that stuff is going on while I'm doing the other stuff. Um, and then I
No, I get it.
also, oh, go ahead.
I get it. But I
Yeah.
think that's not the point of the phone because
Yeah.
I'm not sure they even have a point anymore, right?
Yeah.
But it's something to do with that fast, get what you want instantly,
Right.
that instant dopamine trigger. And of course, that's what your body gets addicted to is for the most part, is the dopamine hits.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
the faster you get it, the better.
Yeah.
So why would you drag your attention out for hours and upon hours and upon hours for a book
Right.
when you
Right.
can get it in 5 seconds? And then you end up doom scrolling or because you're looking for that thing to hook you, which you know the book has.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't really do any of that. Like my phone is basically a tool for my OCD.
Right.
My phone is taking the place of like what organizing comic books used to do,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. I have a very specific pattern
Yep.
that I have to follow every time I get on my phone.
I use mine for stuff like I
Yeah.
can read comics on mine.
Sure.
Um, but the usual aspects of it that everybody gets into, like the social media and all
Right.
that,
Right.
trying to distance myself from that.
Sure.
I had lunch today with did I have brunch? I
Sure.
think I
Why
had
not?
brunch. It's like
Brunch.
three
Was it
o'clock.
like 11:30? Oh,
No,
three
okay.
o'clock? Hmm.
What's between
That
lunch
would be
anyway?
like dinner.
Yeah. So I met my friend Don at
Yeah.
in Shelbyville for something to eat, and we were
Okay.
talking about it. Just went right out the freaking right out my brain. Oh
You said
no, we were talking about things, and I had my jacket on. Look, everybody, I have my own jacket. It's got my name on it. It's got a little thing that goes to the podcast. Yay me! And he was like, "Oh yeah, because he knows the wrestling and all that." He's like, "Oh, what's up with your jacket?" And I told him about, goes to a podcast. He's like, "Oh, you guys getting a lot of listeners, and how's that going?" And I said, "I don't
oh,
know."
okay.
He's like,
Oh,
"What do you
okay.
mean?" I said, "I don't. I purposely do not get involved with that aspect of it.
Right. Right.
I'm here. It is. Peace out." And I don't know if that's good or bad,
Yeah.
but
No.
I don't
Well,
want to get caught in that. Where are our views at?
yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, dude, I'm gonna be honest with the podcasts and stuff. If one person watches the video that's not me, I'm like, cool. There was a reason to put it out.
Yeah.
That's legitimately how I am. Because I know, like, obviously, when I had Mark Knight on my podcast and when we talked about
Hmm.
Mark Knight was a significant figure in the 80s
Yeah.
and it still has quite a few fans.
Hmm.
So, to have a, a big jump in views for Mark Knight is not, it's not insane. You know what I mean? Um, but I just did an interview with Jeff Tripoli.
Hmm.
Very cool guy, really talented drummer, does all this neat stuff where he makes drums out of things. He calls them found instruments.
Oh,
And he
neat.
puts them on albums, dude. So like
Huh.
some of his drum kit might be him playing like milk jugs or something. It's wild.
That's
But
neat.
not as many people are going to listen to that as Mark Knight. And that's
Right.
fine. I don't mind that. I would love to someday have a built-in audience, but we'll see.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
like I said, that's one of the sides of it I don't want nothing to do with because I
Yeah.
could see that. I mean, I got toward the end of wrestling when I was helping book or whatever.
Yeah.
I got to the point where it was just like butts and seats, butts
Yeah.
and seats.
I
How do we
hate
get
that.
butts and seats?
I hate that so much, dude.
Yeah, and I don't ever want to have to think of, oh, maybe I won't say that because too many listeners will.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
I don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
tank.
tell I'm not gonna say who it was, but
Uh-huh.
I interviewed a guy one time who asked me, and it ended up delaying the shit out of his interview because Tyler was going through some stuff and we had a backlog and he
Right,
didn't want to edit the show. And since we didn't need it edited as much, he didn't want to do that much editing on the show, let's just say.
right.
He just wasn't in the right headspace. Um, but the guy said some things on the air and then was like, hey, can you go back and edit this out and this out and this out? And I like laughed and he goes, no, I'm completely serious. Like, I don't want people knowing my views on that because it could come back to hurt me.
Then why'd you say it?
Right. Well, because my podcast is very much like that, dude. Like, I get people talking. I don't know how I do it,
How many times
but that's what I
tonight,
do.
how many times must I say this exact same phrase?
Yeah.
The fuck did you think you were going to get?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Like, edit all that out.
Yeah.
No, don't say it.
Yeah. I
Or
mean, I
stand
would
by
never
it.
do that. Like, I don't I want guests to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So,
I just,
but he's the only person who's ever had me do that. He had me go back and edit out. And then it turned out like I had actually said some stuff
mm,
um, that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with either. Like I think we were both, him and I mean, we both got on rants and we were riffing and having fun. It was
Right.
fun. It was I laughed more doing that podcast than I ever had with anyone else. But at the end of it, it was like, maybe we said some shit that maybe we should have said.
Right.
you know,
Well,
I
when
would
it's
have
your
been kind of
business,
fine with it because anything I say, I own it. But I
right?
was like, screw it. If he's going to backpedal on some stuff, I'm going to too. Why not?
When
With
it's
me,
your
oh, go ahead.
business, when it's
What?
your business, that's how you're feeding your family.
Yeah,
Maybe to him, it's like, I don't want to
yeah,
shake
sure,
this foundation because there's
sure.
stuff you and I could say, even on a podcast or in public and blah, 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 that
Yeah.
we can never say at our jobs.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and my thing is too, like, for me, I was talking to this guy and he was asking me questions and we were going back and forth. And I felt like I may have blew up how important I actually was, kind of,
Mm,
In the moment, I felt like I was just talking about things that I could possibly do. But
right.
when you're doing that on air, on a podcast, and it becomes something that people can hear, and it sounds like you might be committing to something, I was like, yeah, I don't want any of that on there.
Right.
So,
Yeah. You're
so
more
that's
speaking out
yeah,
loud.
yeah. It was more like yeah, absolutely, yeah. But his stuff was political stuff. Like he just didn't want it. So
Sometimes you just got to
yeah,
avoid that landmine
right,
because
sure,
it's 50-50.
sure, yeah,
You can say, I love insert name.
right,
And no matter who it is, you can name any president. Let's go with John F. Kennedy, right?
yeah,
People loved Kennedy,
yeah.
but other
It's
people hated Kennedy.
right, right,
So
right.
unless you got time to really go, I didn't like Kennedy's stance on.
Having sex with married actresses while he was married.
All right, so I want to say
Yeah,
I didn't like Kennedy's stance on extramarital affairs,
yeah,
but I got two words for you.
yeah.
Marilyn Monroe.
Right. I mean,
Did you turn that down?
I mean,
You do when you're married, right?
dude,
Because
you know
I'm,
what? Oh man,
you do when
there's
you're married.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You make a commitment to something, dude.
Oh, I'm big. I've never cheated in
Yeah,
my life. That's
yeah,
the only good thing I could ever, like my friends used to joke that, oh yeah, he's a complete just asshole or whatever.
right, right.
But he has never cheated in his
Not a
entire
cheater.
life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my thing is like, you make a commitment to someone, you own that commitment. If you
Yep.
don't want to own that commitment, leave.
Yep.
That's
I
yeah,
think that's true for anything, right? That's
yeah,
why we're still doing
100%.
this because
Yep,
we have a commitment to this. We're still,
and it's fun.
oh yeah, it's so more than fun.
Yeah, it's fulfilling, dude.
Yes, it becomes the thing. It's
Yeah,
like the thing. I
yeah,
can't wait to sit down with my new music and it's like I'm making little bullet points. I'm thinking throughout the week.
yeah.
Oh,
And
oh,
dude,
I gotta save that to say,
we've known each other for like I want to say about 13 years.
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, and I have always considered you a friend. If
Uh-huh.
anyone asked me, I would be like my buddy icon, my friend
Yep.
icon.
Yep.
Um, but we've never vibed like this before. You know what I mean? And then we ended up going out to lunch together and having a really good time and fucking, you know, I like that. I like the fact that we are becoming super cool because of this. I feel like we
Yeah.
are. Like, not
Oh,
that we ever
absolutely. Yeah.
really weren't. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, dude, I dig this whole thing. Like, this is fun.
Right.
This is
And we get to reminisce, we get
yep,
to tell fun stories,
yeah,
and it's just a really great thing in my life. And I think
yeah,
it makes me think that everybody, whoever's listening, man, find it doesn't have to be a podcast if that's
right.
not your thing. It wasn't my thing, but it is now. Just
Yeah, yeah,
find your thing and build your life around that joy.
absolutely, man, absolutely.
So
And
on that
I
note,
Yeah.
We're about 3 hours in. Should we
Are we? Holy crap! Again?
10, 11, 12, 1? Yeah.
It's
Should
one
we?
o'clock in the morning. All right,
Yeah.
let's. Yeah. Okay. Right
What
on.
are we doing? Do we have anything picked out for
Boom.
next?
Okay, so
Oh,
if you're
really?
good with it,
I'm good with
there
anything.
is a band called the Moonlight Seekers.
The Moonlight Seekers?
Yes, they are from Canada. They're from
Oh, no.
Vancouver. They're from Vancouver. Their new album just came out on last
Mm,
Friday, I believe it
right.
was.
Yeah.
It's not actually coming out physically until December, but you can pre-order it. It's so
Could we
good.
listen to it?
It's on Spotify. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's out
What's it called?
digitally right now. I'm gonna look real quick. I think it's called Perseverance, but I don't want to.
Well, it's their newest.
It's the only one they have. It's their
Okay.
very first album. Yeah,
All right.
it is so good.
What brought
Um, Perspectives. It's called
perspective?
Perspectives.
Oh, interesting. As much as
Yeah,
I talk about perspective, and
dude. I mean, wait until you hear this album. Like,
do
if
you
you
want to
don't,
go into why this band, or do you want to save that for?
sure, no, no, yeah. I mean, so I really like '70s rock. I'm a big fan of that sound.
Mhm,
The Guess Who, America,
mhm,
that stuff. Like I love
mhm.
that stuff. And I heard these guys, and I was just like, these guys are keeping that kind of sound alive, you know.
Mhm.
But then they started releasing more singles, and the more there, it's expansive. It's not just a '70s sound. Like you could say that that's the bass,
Right.
but I mean, there's some '80s influence. There's some modern rock influence. They're just a cool band, man, and they write songs that I think everybody can relate to. Like and yeah, man, they're just really good musicians, and I want to talk about this album with you, man, because
Sounds good to me.
I heard it, and I was just like, it's only 7 tracks,
All right.
um, so but we just did a 6 track album not that long ago,
Yeah, this is.
so um, it's a great freaking album, man. I really, really, really hope you like it, dude.
Is
Um,
there any anything thematic? Yeah, that's the word that you can think of that I should be in the mindset of, or maybe I could look at for more ideas, or do you know what I'm trying to ask there?
yeah, like I
Like
mean,
extra homework?
yeah, to me, I mean, it's just Fleetwood Mac and the Guess Who and America.
Mm, good.
That's the base. That's what I heard the first time I listened to it.
There's a
So
lot to talk about with those types of bands,
yeah,
lyrically,
and
thematically,
I don't
sonically.
know. I don't know if you're familiar with like what the Street Team app does.
No,
Okay, so Street Team is like an app that bands can use to like spread the word about their music.
right?
So this band uses that app. And when you subscribe to their newsletter through Street Team, you get a message inviting you to a Zoom chat. And I was like, fuck it, I love this freaking band. Like, I'd only heard 2 or 3 songs because that's all they had out at the time. But I was like, I've got to talk to this guy.
Right.
So we set up a Zoom chat, me and him. And I talked to him for almost an hour. His name's
Nice.
Timo, really cool guy. Um, and he was telling me, like the different production choices that they're making and stuff. It was really, really cool. Like he was really open about the band, and we talked,
Hmm.
and yeah, so that was cool. So that gave me kind of a connection to the band.
Have you already heard
Listen
the
to-
whole album?
Yeah, yeah. I listened to it the day it came out, dude. I listened to it about 12 times the day it came out. So yeah, it's really good, man.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So to encapsulate the whole thing, we were listening to
Dead
Sloth,
Generation. Yeah.
Dead Generation. Very, again, I'm going to say they sat right in the middle of what grunge rock is. And if you like new metal and you understand that genre, there's also kind of a new rock scene. They
Yep.
sit right in that middle. It's very time frame specific and very mindset specific. I haven't
It
ran into
is.
that yet, but oh, that's not true. American Grimm. they were very like horror centric and very.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah.
So if you like those things, check out this album.
Yeah.
You should have checked out the album anyway to listen to the podcast, but I'm doing the thing here at the end. So
Yeah.
that takes, we don't do star ratings or nothing like that. It's check out
Nah.
the album.
Yeah. We're talking about albums that
Don't
either
suck.
we like or our listeners like. So I'm the one who brought this album to the table, and I will just say, for me, Sloth is a very specific moment in time. And if you're into like the stuff that Seether was doing, or Shinedown was doing, or Breaking Benjamin, Crossfade, any of those early 2000s rock bands,
Hmm.
you'll get something out of Sloth. You'll get Revis, you'll get Social Burn, Smile Empty Soul, any of that stuff. You will
There's
get
a lot to
something.
get from it. You
Yeah,
just got to know what you're looking for.
yeah, yeah. You'll get something out of Sloth. So check it out. Um, it could have been better, but for what it is,
Hmm.
I mean, there's stuff in there to enjoy. So
I'd like to know what other people think. I know Ryan will listen to this. I
yeah,
assume Nate will. I'd
yeah,
really like to know because that what I was saying about something's missing.
right,
I'd like to know if
right.
anybody else got that vibe. If it's just like you're almost there, guys.
I I really think it's like the songs needed to swing a little more, like they needed to lay into the groove a little bit, whether that means more funk or more groove metal style.
More
And
feel,
they needed to punch up the vocals in a lot of the songs.
more
I really
feel.
think that's what's missing. Um, but it's still
That's
it's
pretty
still a
fair.
worthwhile album. It's totally worth checking out. Oh, dude, speaking of Ryan too,
Hmm.
Sergeant Thunderhoof is now one of his favorite bands.
I saw that.
Yeah. He messaged me and he was like, dude, I haven't been this excited about a band in a long time. Like something along those lines. And I was like,
I
right
think
on, man.
Nate really attached, liked whatever Rusty Ship.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
yeah.
dude. I mean, that's awesome. That's what we're doing. So
All right. So, and then next we're doing, I might as well say it myself one more time
yeah.
if I didn't already. The Moonlight Seekers. And the album is called Perspective. And I think perspective is important. So I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to rambling on about it with you.
Absolutely.
Got anything else, sir?
No, brother, let's get on out of here, man. Thank you, Tyler Martin. Emmy Studios, always, man. Thank you so much, dude. You do so much for me, and I appreciate you. We need to hang out sometime soon.
Yes.
Um,
I want to
and
steal a line from it's Saturday Night Live. I
yeah,
can't say it exactly or you'll know everybody will know, but
okay.
I'm Chris Icon and you're not. You know what that's from?
Oh,
I'll leave it at that then. I'll tell you
yeah,
off air, but
yeah. Let me know. I mean,
okay.
it's familiar to me, but
You'll
I
know
re-
it as soon as I.
yeah, I remember, dude, rambling. But
Mhm.
my band, Quagmire Gumbo, we played a show, and I was like, I must have had that in mind. But I told the guys in the band, I was like, when we get off the stage, I'm gonna say we've been Quagmire Gumbo and you've been an audience. Um, and I went to say it, and our bass player yells over top of me, and you've been a hell of an audience. And I was like, dude, come on. That
Stepped
was
on my line.
funny.
It's Steve Martin. Or
Is
no,
it?
I'm sorry, it's Chevy Chase. Saturday Night
Okay.
Live News. I'm
Right.
Chevy
I knew it
Chase.
was the news, but I didn't
And
remember
you're
who
not.
it was. Yeah, I knew it was the news, but for some reason I was thinking it was Norm Macdonald. But I knew it was one of the news guys. So
And
yeah.
you haven't watched From Dusk Till Dawn yet.
You know what? I looked it up and I have to pay for it. It's not free
Wow.
right now. Yeah, it's not free right now. But I was actually going to watch it when we got off the podcast last week. Like I literally looked it up as soon as we got off. Um, it rotates though, so I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll
Yeah.
be back on a free service at some point, and I'll watch it.
The way
Um,
that band signs off, you'll know what I mean as soon
all right,
as you see it.
awesome, awesome. All right,
Take
yeah.
care,
So
everybody.
yeah, take care, everybody. Thanks for checking us out.
Hanging out with us.
Yep. Later, y'all. Whoops. And stop the record.